Choosy lover. I'm so glad you chose me, baby. Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and highest light. Cleansing and purifying any impurities, no negative energies, no negative entities. I declare and I decree, Ashe. I'm so glad you chose me, baby. Choosy lover. I'm so glad you chose me, baby. And I'll make you so happy. That song is stuck in my head. Choosy lover. Choosy lover. Thanks for the last advice. Last time we put her in the attic like you said. What? I did not give you no advice to put nothing in no attic. I tell you, people be so weird. People be so weird. Thank you, Hype Man. People be so weird, I tell you. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you chose me, baby. That song is stuck in my head. Choosy lover. It's been stuck in my head since I woke up this morning. Heard it on the radio, or heard it on my playlist yesterday also as well. So that song could be significant. Let's see what's going on in the energy. Let's see. Let's see. I don't want to start with tarot today. Let's see. Let's see. Isley Brothers, yes. Isley Brothers, Choosy Lover. Yeah, that song's been coming up a lot lately. Steady progress, crystal clarity here. All right. Small steps is also as well. Accountability is what I'm hearing also. So some of you may be taking some sort of accountability because you may have got some sort of crystal clarity here at this time. So you may be taking small steps towards whatever this is that you may be building or working on. Let me see what this small steps is about. What's these small steps about? Hey, Golden. Thank you for the heart me. Let's see what these small steps is about here. Four of Swords also as well in the Empress energy. So some of you may be realizing that, like I said, your clarity may have came. Yeah, there's some sort of movement here, especially with the steady progress and the Chariot coming out. So some of you may have had to go within, take some time of rest. Also as well, you could have had some time to where you may have been kind of in solitude and it's been making certain things kind of clearer. I'm hearing certain people have been showing their hand also as well. So yeah, I could have had you in this space to where you kind of just was like, I'm not really sure what decision, what this, a stalemate type of energy. So it's like someone was in an energy to where things didn't necessarily feel as clear. So it's like now that things kind of feel a little bit clearer, you can kind of make a step, in regards to this progress. Yeah, especially with the Chariot again on the bottom of the deck here. So it's like you were in this space to where it's like, I'm not really sure which direction to go. Like, I'm not really sure if I have all the answers to really kind of make that commitment or that step or whatever the case may be. And it's like now that step and that commitment or that clarity is here, it's like you want to go ahead and start, making that progress here. Okay, is what I'm picking up on. Some of you may be starting something new, like completely new here, whether that be like a new job or new situation. New love also as well I was picking up on this new commitment. So Choosy Lover, that song is very significant because like with the Two of Swords and the Two of Cups, that's 222 energy, 222 over here as I see that also as well. So you could be seeing 222 a lot. This could have something to do with, choosing your path. Okay. Also as well. So it's like you may have been presented more than one choice, two choices here or whatever the case may be. But it's like, someone's, deciding which direction to go. So yeah, like I said, Choosy Lover is a very particular song here. Okay. Yeah. It's like someone's making a choice in regards to their happiness. So it's like, you could have had a choice in regards to some situation with a lover, okay? And it's like, which one is going to be more fulfilling? Which situation is going to be more aligned in a sense? Like, what feels more aligned? Like, do I have, what's more compatible in a sense here also as well? Like, do I have compatibility with this person versus this person? Like, that's what it's given. What's this small steps here? What's this small steps for the collective? Yeah. So yeah, see with this crystal clarity and the Strength card and the Emperor also as well, and the High Priestess and the Strength and the Seven of Swords in reverse. So it's like I said, someone found out whatever this is in regards to something being very clear on how you should make a step here. So it's like you may have been tiptoeing for a little while with these small steps here, trying to decide, which direction, what's the right move, who's lying, who's not lying, or whatever the case may be. And it's like you finally found your answers. Okay. So it's like it feels like somebody's kind of gaining that momentum now in a sense here because there's clarity. It's like the reason why you felt stuck is because it didn't feel as clear. The clarity wasn't there. So it's like, and maybe that, that stuckness also as well was kind of meant for you because we have the Four of Swords that came out. So maybe that stuckness was meant for you to be kind of in that kind of incubation type of bubble in a sense to where, everything had to be put at a halt for you, because I feel like this is an energy of someone who's very kind of stuck or used to fast motion. So it's like you may kind of get in relationships very quickly, take things off very fast, make impulsive decisions also as well. To where, these situations, it may have worked for you at one point in time, but it's like now it's not necessarily the time for it to work for you in that nature. And that's because you needed to see things completely clearly here. So it's like some of you may felt like, damn, I was kind of stuck in the hard place in a sense. But it's like it was meant for you to be stuck in that place so that you can actually open your eyes as well here. Because I'm picking up on someone who kind of just wasn't, it's kind of like a foggy vision. It's like your eyes was open, but like the vision was kind of foggy in a sense is what I'm picking up on. Thank you. Thank you, Missy. That was my nickname when I was younger. So that could be very significant. Missy was my nickname when I was younger. So some of you could be outgrowing certain situations. This could be due to family also as well as what I'm picking up on. Family has been coming up a lot lately. Yeah. With the death card here. Aries is significant. Scorpio is significant. Cancer is significant. A Capricorn is significant. A Taurus is significant. A Sagittarius is significant. Aquarius is significant. Pisces is significant. And a Gemini. Choose a lover. Let's see. Yeah, 10 of Cups here. So 10 of Cups keeps popping out. So it's like some of you may be kind of worried about, what this is going to do on the rise in regards to something that you may be going towards, or just kind of what's about to bloom for you. Picking up on April is very significant also as well. I think that's like April is Aries and I think Taurus. Yeah, April's Aries and Taurus energy. So that season can be very significant for somebody here. Let's see. Choose a lover. Let me see. What is the Seven of Swords in reverse? I feel like this energy with the Seven of Swords in reverse is like you already know what you needed to see. Like something's very clear. And it's like if it's not clear right now, it's going to be clear before February. Because I feel like this is something to where you're going to clear some energy out here in January, and then it's going to be more of a flow in February. So if things have been feeling stagnant, it's like it's not going to feel as stagnant anymore in February. You're going to start feeling things kind of trickle its way in kind of slowly here. In a sense is what I'm picking up on. Like you may kind of gain some momentum also as well. I'm seeing someone having like a spike of energy. Sunday was significant. Something may have been happened on Sunday. Something may have happened on Sunday here. Let's see. What's going on with this Seven of Swords energy? This sneaky betrayal, deceit energy. Apology. Forgiveness. Let me see. What's this? Possibilities, hoping, distance, realizations, time. Okay, so somebody, this is why, exactly what I was saying. So somebody was in this energy to where they wasn't sure what kind of was, who was deceiving them in a sense here, or what was deceiving them. Like, it's like, someone was kind of in this space to where it was unclear. So this could be why someone may have kept some sort of distance. Also, 444 is significant as I look up over here. 44 is up here. So 444 protection energy could be significant here. This could be due to your protection of why you're receiving certain insight in a sense, certain clarity. But somebody could have kept themselves kind of at a distance, or you may have kept yourself at a distance here because of, not really sure what was going on. So it's like, it's kind of like that. It's that message that I just posted. I reposted it. It's embodiment versus performance. And it's like two things can be the same at once, or it can look the same in a sense. So it's like someone may have been confused, or you may have been confused in regards to someone performing versus an embodiment in a sense, because it's like the two kind of look the same. It's like, it's like you couldn't really read the underlying, like, it's like you couldn't see the mask, but it's like the mask ended up showing here. So someone may want to check that message that I recently put on my page, the embodiment versus performance, because somebody was tussling in between some energy of someone performing and someone who's actually embodying the energy, to where it's like someone kind of had just that mask on. But this could have, this could have left you in this space to where you was really kind of brokenhearted also as well. It's like one of those things to where you're releasing this energy so that you can have this hope and faith and this, and that there's different possibilities here. So you could have closed yourself off to where it's like, I don't know if there's really any possibilities for me. Like somebody may felt like, this is the end all be all for a while. Like I'm picking up on more like November, December, a little bit of the beginning of January, like this whole New Year wasn't feeling as good. So New Year's Eve could have been significant also as well. You could have been in a space to where certain situations panned out the way you didn't want them to, as well as what I'm picking up on. Someone may have lost a friend is what I'm picking up on. Like friendships has been closed out for somebody here. I feel like somebody kind of felt like their life was kind of falling apart also as well. But it's like it's falling apart so that you can rebirth an energy, okay? So that you can regrow. So it's showing you like where you're needing to kind of be more vigilant in a sense on the people, your circle also as well as what I'm picking up on. But somebody wants to, apologize also as well. So it's like I said, this energy to where somebody may have had multiple choices or more than one option, or you could have had more than one option, or you could have had more than one choice here. And it's like you wasn't really sure. So it's like when you found out that things got kind of clear here, it's like, oh, okay, now you can see who's wearing the mask and who actually was truly there for you in the first place. So it's like you could have kept this distance from certain people that you was like, you could have kept a distance from certain people to where it's like, I don't know if I should trust this person, but it's like I want to trust this person type of energy, because you had to see something clearly here. So this could be why someone may want to apologize, or you may want to apologize because you may have kind of like brushed someone off in a sense here because you thought that they was playing games, or you thought that somebody was the one that was conniving. But like I said, someone found out who the person was that was actually really the snake here. Keep your grass cut low. We was in the year of the snake, so the snakes got revealed. What else on this apology energy? Why is someone wanting to apologize? Thank you for the likes, y'all. Why was somebody wanting to apologize here? Emotional storm. Yeah, turmoil, unstable, and affected here. So yeah, like I said, somebody was like, either you or somebody was going through an emotional storm to where it's like there was a lot going on, okay? And so this could have kind of got you in the space to where you just want to be alone. You just want to avoid certain situations. You didn't want to talk to anybody in a sense. You may have kind of, blew up on certain people that you may not have meant to blow up on because it's just a lot that was going on. So someone may be wanting to apologize because it's like, oh damn, I was in a space to where, a lot of things was going on, and it wasn't really necessarily meant for you in a sense. You know how you be in a situation to where, all this energy is kind of pulling on you and weighing you down, and it's like the next person that just comes up to you, you accidentally like go off on them, or say for instance you go to work and you got an attitude and you taking it out on the customers in a sense here because you got so much heaviness that's going on, and it's like there's baggage that you're holding on to, and it's like you're trying to figure out how to release this baggage or where to kind of distribute this baggage in a sense, or where's this baggage coming from. Yeah, exactly. It's like all it took for you to kind of just re-nourish cherish yourself. It's for you to take some time to really just come back to yourself, to be honest. It's like, you know, some of you may have been people pleasing too much to where it's like you was just giving everybody your energy. To where it's like, you know, the times that you wanted to recuperate, the times that you wanted to be alone, the times that you was going through emotional situations, it's like nobody was kind of like, it's giving an energy to where nobody was asking, how are you feeling? How are you really truly doing? Like, what's going on with you? You're acting kind of different. Like, you know, instead of people judging you in a sense of when you was going through this emotional storm, like, it's like you're acting different, you're being funny acting, and it's like whole time you're going through it. Whole time you're going through it. Whole time mentally you stressed out. Mentally you want somebody to talk to, but it's like you don't know who to talk to because everybody's kind of feeling a little bit untrustworthy in a sense here. So yeah, so it's like all it takes for you to really kind of focus on yourself, okay? Because this is something to where, yeah, exactly, new beginnings. It's like you're blooming here. There's something that you planted, okay? October was significant also as well. Sometime during the fall season, some of you could have, harvest moon is significant. So sometime around the harvest moon, that was in October. So the beginning of fall, there may have been some things that you may have kind of jotted down. You may want to go back to your notes here around the time of the fall season, around October. There was something that you was writing down or something that you came across around that time that's meant for you to kind of look back at right now at this time, okay? It was a seed that you planted, you kind of put it away, and then it's like now it's meant for you to come back to it. So check your notes is what I'm picking up on. For somebody who has been jotting down notes, but you go ahead and start writing down the date also as well. When the date is, as well as what I'm picking up on. So that so when you go back to those notes, you'll be able to see, oh, I wrote this in 2020, 2025 in August, or I wrote this in 2024. Just so that you can kind of track your progress is what I'm picking up on. So that you can kind of see where your thought process was in this, state and this year or this month or whatever the case may be. Because someone needs to see their progress. Because it's like, it's all up here. It's like, it's like so much that's up here in a sense here. And it's like, you need to see this out on paper. You need to see it in front of you in a sense also as well. So someone may want to get like a calendar also as well here, like tracking certain things, because I'm seeing somebody doing like a kind of like a 30-day challenge type of situation. So it's like, you need to get your calendar and you need to mark it off on your calendar, the days that you kind of, because is believing is seeing and seeing is believing here, okay? Because somebody's a visual learner also as well as what I'm picking up on. Someone's a visual learner. It's like you learn better when you are able to see it. You trust things better when you're able to see it. So it's like when someone comes to you with results in a sense, say for instance, like there was a time when people was doing the little vacuum thing. And they used to come around door to door, and they would knock on your door and they'd be like, oh, I can't remember what type of, what's the name it was, but they used to have these like vacuums in a sense, or these like carpet cleaners. So they would come around door to door, oh, we got such and such type of, carpet cleaner, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of like a sales pitch in a sense, or whatever the case may be. It's like, you're being sold to, you're hearing certain things of how a life could be, what I'm saying, whatever the case may be. And it's like, you just don't really believe it for yourself until you actually see the progress. You know how we have all these advertisements that we have on TikTok, and there's so many things that's presenting itself. And it's like, I got to be able to see that this actually really works in a sense here. So it's like the proof is in the pudding is what I'm picking up on. Like someone has the proof in the pudding, and it's like someone found the proof in the pudding, and it's like, okay, now I'm starting to see some sort of results here. So it's like Kirby. Yes, Kirby. That's what it was. That's so crazy. It was Kirby. Okay. But yeah, so somebody's finding some sort of proof in the pudding here. Thank you for reposting. Thank you for the heart me also as well. What month was the note? October is significant. I'm picking up on November also as well. So October and November. August may have been significant also as well. They keep bringing me back to August. Fall season in general is what I'm picking up on. Yeah, fantasy. See, somebody thought, like, it's like, that's what I'm saying, like, this crystal clear, this clarity here, this high priestess energy and this strength. It's like somebody thought that this was just an illusion. Like, someone thought that this was just, oh, someone's living in fantasy land type of energy. Like, oh, it's just a fantasy. Like someone could have been telling you certain things, like, yeah, you can live your life this way, or just, I did this, and whatever the case may be. And it's like, you're trying to figure out the proof in the pudding. Like, I feel like they lying, they capping, whatever the case may be. They're just imagining shit. They're just daydreaming. They're just fantasizing. Like, it's not really real. And it's like spirit, like, literally unlifted the veil. And it's like, oh shit, this shit is actually real. Like, this actually can be my story in a sense here. So someone thought someone was just kind of in a fantasy land. And that can happen, in a sense. That's what it can feel like when you are when your third eye is distorted, when you haven't really opened up that third eye. It's like you don't open your mind into the certain things that may be kind of, out there to discover within the universe. And so, spirit may have just sat there and just opened up your spirituality. So somebody's kind of tap back into their spirituality here. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Hope all is well your way. But yeah, so someone was going through some sort of spiritual awakening. So now it's like, and that could have brought all this like emotional storm also as well. Like, and this could be like also why this apology is here in a sense here as well, because it's like, damn, like for instance, the whole, when people was on social media and they was talking about, the conspiracy theorists or whatever the case may be. So it's like, you may have been somebody who was against the conspiracies in a sense. It's like, really, like they spraying things in the air. No, they're not. Like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are in the delusion. And it's like, and so it's like you went through a whole awakening in a sense, your spiritual awakening to like, it's like now you're like, damn, I want to know more. Like, tell me more about these conspiracies, because I believe it now, because now you've been expanded to it. Now you've been open to it also as well. So it's like now your ears is open. Now your eyes is open. It's like everything just open right now. Okay. So you could be feeling very like sensitive also as well as what I'm picking up on. You may be feeling a lot of energy. You may be feeling very pressured also as well as what I'm picking up on. You may be crying a lot. So this could be something in regards to you purging. Right now I'm on a collective. So if you do want to book a personal, it's $22.22. Yeah. Someone had to realize their boundaries was low. Yeah. Conflicted, heart fog as well. So somebody had to realize that it was time to draw the line. Okay. So it's like, damn, like I said, whoever this person is in regards to you or someone else that was in this energy to where you was kind of just giving your energy everywhere. You didn't really have any, boundaries, just everybody was able to just kind of call you whenever they wanted to call you. They was like, someone just didn't have boundaries, okay, in this energy to where it's like anybody can just pop up at your house, and it's like you just was too nice, because of titles is what I'm picking up on, whether this is, a family member in a sense, oh, we family, oh, we cousins, of course we can do that type of energy, or, oh, shoot, that's my best friend, of course, I can come around and, be this and be that, whatever the case may be. It's like, no, put them boundaries up. Like, for me, I don't pop up at my house. Like, you better not pop up at my house. You better call me before you pop up at my house, because you might be stuck at that door. And it's like, I might let you in, but it's like, you probably are going to hear me telling you, don't ever do that again. All right. Don't ever do that again. All right. So it's just like, live your life the way you want to live your life, So it's like, and also if you do have certain boundaries, and you're enforcing certain boundaries, even help others in regards to, say, for instance, so when I was like, yeah, don't pop up at my house. So I would just kind of pop up at my mom's house, or I would pop up at my grandma's house, because it's like, that's what we do. It's just like, oh, we can just go to our mom's house. But it's like, I call them now before I go, because I'm like, okay, I'm setting boundaries. You may not have boundaries that you're aware of, that you probably need to have boundaries. So I'm like, let me go ahead and call you. is it okay for me to come over? You know, because I'm not, it's kind of rude in a sense. I feel like I started feeling some type of way. Like, I'm like, damn, like I'm like, you can't pop up, but I'm a pop up type of energy. So it's like, you know, kind of make sure that you're kind of doing the same in a sense in exchange, you know, even if they haven't put that boundary in line, but it's something for you to practice in a sense to where you're able to practice boundaries also as well. Because it's like you may not have kind of had any boundaries because other people around you didn't have any boundaries. So it's like everybody just has no boundaries. Everybody just doing whatever because you wasn't necessarily taught it in a sense here. So that could be why it kind of is hard for you to embrace the boundaries, because it can feel like you feel guilty afterwards in a sense here. Because it's like when I started establishing boundaries, it's like I started feeling guilty for putting the walls up, feeling guilty for putting my boundaries up also as well, you know, and that little guilt would creep in to where it's like, am I really doing this right? You know, am I going down the right path? Is you know, is it meant for me to be this way? You start questioning yourself, then you want to low key go behind closed doors, and you know, like I had to tell people I'm not somebody who likes to be on the phone. Like I'm not that person that needs to talk to you every day all day. You know, I'm not that person that's going to get back to you the same day all the time. You know, so it's just like, you know, I had to put those boundaries up, and I started feeling guilty. Like, damn, maybe I should go ahead and hit them right back. Like, it's just sometimes also as well, it's a lack of communications, because at those times I didn't necessarily want to say certain things because I was afraid that I was going to offend somebody else. Okay, conflict. So it's like, you know, you feeling conflicted in a sense here. Someone could be hot and cold, drinking a lot, you know, just in a sense here also as well. You could be drinking like a glass a night is what I'm picking up on. Someone likes to drink at night before they go to bed. Have a glass of wine or some sort of alcoholic beverage here. This has to do with your stress levels. You're stressed out. And this is something to where you're just very overwhelmed. You're overstimulated also as well. And so when you're overstimulated, you got to find a way to de-stress yourself here, okay? So, you know, you may be kind of used to unhealthy patterns of keeping yourself stressed or keeping yourself you may be in a space to where you're kind of stressed out, overwhelmed here, and it's like you really didn't know what to do with that energy besides the things that you always used to do. But it's like for some reason you kept running into a wall to where it's like, damn, that is really not helping me. So it's like, for instance, if you had unhealthy patterns to where you was drinking a lot in a sense, to where it's like, okay, I'm overstimulated, so I'm going to go ahead and drink, okay? Or I'm overstimulated, so let me go ahead and roll up another blunt after another blunt after another blunt. Or I'm overstimulated, so let me go slide in something real quick. You know, let me go hit this hoe up, or whatever case may be. Yeah, it's dishonesty, trickery, you know, deception. It's like whatever it is, you know, you came to a point to where you was kind of in this like deceptive energy to where it's like that was the illusion. So it's like you thinking that something that was actually clear for you, actually good for you, was the illusion. The whole time it was this deceptive energy that was the illusion here. And that's because you was just used to old patterns. You was just used to old ways here. Aquarius gang. But yeah, that was just because you was used to old patterns and old situations. That's why you was kind of, you know, in that energy. Okay. But embrace this new possibility. Yeah, this was all in that ego. Exactly. Distracted. Like, it's like egotistical situations, very much in that pride energy also as well. Not wanting to let your pride down, kind of arrogant in a sense here also as well. And it's like you're very sidetracked. Like it says sidetrack, changes, delays here also as well. So it's like someone was very much in this distracted energy because these things was feeding your ego. You got a big ego, such a huge ego. This is like an energy to where, because I'm picking up on a masculine. You may be in your ego a lot because of a lot of people have just kind of filled your head up with everything that's kind of been good of you in a sense here. Like, and it's more so like physicality type of energy. Like it's just very physical. So this could be why you don't necessarily go as deep with yourself, because you're so used to things kind of being on the surface. You know, whether they're talking about, you know, your looks or whatever the case may be, or talking about your sexual, you know, your sexual game, or, you know, talking about certain things in regards to your finances, your money, like the way you floss certain things here also as well. I'm also picking up on a feminine here that you it's like a sense of attention seeking here. And you keep running into dead end men, dead end relationships. You don't really see yourself the way you should see yourself at this time. It's like you have like these insecurities to where, for instance, so say for instance, like someone giving you a compliment, it's like you'll take that all the way to the head. Like you'll take it all the way to the head to where your head is just like mega mind in a sense. Like you got a mega mind head right now. Like you're growing a hot air balloon. Like the more these people keep feeding you these compliments, the more your head keeps getting bigger. Like it's like I'm literally seeing, what's that show? What is it? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And it's like, I think her like head or something, like she started turning blue. Someone could have been that for Halloween also as well. But she started like turning blue, and I think her head kept getting bigger also as well. I can't remember. But they're showing me like Megamind. Yeah, beauty on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. Like somebody's just like, it's not saying that you know, that you're not beautiful in a sense here, but it's like you're too big headed with this energy to where it's like you feel like you, and I'm not going to say that you don't deserve you know, it all, but it's like you're too much in your ego to where you are in a sense to where you let, for instance, you let social media kind of dictate your personality in a sense here is what I'm picking up on. It's like you don't necessarily even feel this way yourself, but it's like when everybody else is kind of giving you those compliments, it's like, oh, you feel so good about yourself. So this is in a sense to where you seek too much outside validation. So when you're seeking too much outside validation, you know, you're not even really able to validate yourself in a sense. So say for instance, all those likes is gone. So it's like now all of a sudden, you know, you think something's wrong with you because you now nobody's commenting on your stuff, or now nobody's liking certain things or certain thirst traps or pictures or whatever the case may be. It's like, you know, realizing your worth here in a sense here, instead of it just being kind of all about, you know, egotistical situations and external validation. Because what I'm picking up on is when you're too used to external validation, you're worried about what everybody else got to say about you. So for instance, if someone's like, oh, you picked up some weight here or whatever the case may be, it's like, oh, now I need to go get a tummy tuck, or now I need to do this or whatever the case may be, you know, in regards to, because let me just get, I've been seeing something on social media about how, I don't know who, I think it's Rod Wave's chick or whatever the case may be. There was like some sort of practitioner that was doing work on somebody. I think that came across that was a chick that was going to a practitioner, and she owes her money. She's a very well-known Instagram baddie or model or whatever the case may be, but she owes this practitioner money for the work that she was doing on somebody else or something. I don't know the full story. I didn't go too deep into it, but it's just like, you know what gets me is these Instagram baddies, these Instagram model girls, they're always owing somebody money. Like, how do you always owe somebody money, but you floss as if you got all this money? Like, these people be taking pictures with money. Like, this will be so funny because I noticed this also as well with people and women that was in my community, to where when I used to work at Charlotte Russe and Body Central, these same women would come into my job stealing. They would come into my job stealing clothes, and then I would see them posting on their social media, yeah, I get the bag, I got money, I you hoes can't do this, or whatever case may be, blah 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 blah. And it's like, but you stole that. Like, you stole that outfit while you're sitting here telling everybody else that you have the bag. No, baby, you stole that. Like, and it's like, if we could at least plaster those people on social media to where it's like, yeah, they was stealing, but it's just like, I used to come across quite a few women that would do that. Like, and then, certain women would call other women broke. You hoes is broke and da da da. And I'm like, whole time you have more than one man that's cashing out on you. It's not even your money. Why are you flossing somebody else's money and saying it is your money? Like, and you have this whole hustle. No, you don't. That's somebody else's money. Like, that right there makes it grinds my gears so bad. Like, it's so cringe. Like, it's so cringe. Like, ugh. Because it's just like, baby, you really don't even know what a hustle is, and you over here hustling men to have money. Is that your hustle? Like, is that what it is? To where you calling other women broke because you over here stealing and you make it look good. Like, make it make sense. But and it's like a lot of these women, these Instagram baddies and models or whatever the case may be, they want shit for free. Like, I've seen so many stories to where it's like, oh, this Instagram baddie did not pay me for the makeup. She wanted, and why is it always Afterpay? Like, if you are so flaunting on social media, you make so much money on Instagram and blah, blah, blah. Why do you need to freeload everything? Like, make it make sense. And then why do you need to Afterpay everything also as well? Like, if you're so rich and you got all this money, like, people just be doing things for the validation of others. Like, why are you needing all that validation? That just tells me you're very insecure and you don't even care about yourself. That's just really what it is. And that's all they got. Exactly. Like, it's just, I just be like, okay. Like, and it's just, child. Child. I just be like, I don't know. The world is sick out here, okay? But yeah, okay, so some of these people may be getting some sort of karma also as well. Like, that karma is running right back to them. But anyways, like I said, someone could have ran into some karma here, okay, because of whatever this is that you may have been distracted, okay? You was abandoning yourself, okay, with this nourish energy also as well in that karma. So it's like you ran into some karma because you wasn't choosing yourself. So, when you're not choosing yourself, when you don't nourish yourself, when you don't have that self-love, you run into karmic partners, karmic situations, karmic relationships also as well. Or you have certain people around you that ain't meant to be around you because they don't nourish you in a sense here because you don't even nourish yourself. Okay. So it's like, it keeps you distracted from, the direction that you're supposed to go. So some of you may need to check your circle. Okay, some of you need to check yourself in a sense here also as well. The way you abandon yourself. Like, why are you abandoning yourself for other people to keep you distracted from going to the direction that you want to go? But then you wonder why everything in your life is in shambles in a sense here. Only you. All right. So it's like some of you may need to be devoted to yourself. Some of you may need to be devoted to one person in the sense here to where it's like you giving everybody else your energy. You giving all these women your energy. And it's like it's distraction. It's a distraction. That's all it is. It's that Jezebel energy. That's what it is. You're just being distracted. One hoe after the next hoe. Okay. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Like, is you Santa? Like, what is it? I am wearing my Santa Claus here, okay? So it's like, is you Santa or what's going on here? You're running, okay? Because you're running away from yourself. Like, stop running, okay? Like, you're running away from yourself. Bottom of the deck, yeah, cloudy judgment. But it's like, you're exactly cloudy judgment, foundation, and elusive here, okay? Deception. And then healing is popping out here. Healing. So it's like someone needs to actually sit here and heal. Take some time to heal yourself because you're dealing with trickery situations. You're dealing with certain things that is keeping you clouded. So you wonder why your mental state is off. You wonder why you can't get things right. Your foundation solidified because you're too busy, giving your energy elsewhere and not, keeping it to yourself at this time to really actually focus. You're running away from yourself. You're not nourishing yourself. Okay. You're eating junk also as well all the time. It's like you like it's all comes into one whole situation, you know. You drinking too much, you smoking too much, you know, you ain't having enough nourishment in your body, you ain't drinking enough water, you over here drinking pop after pop here, okay, is what I'm picking up on also as well. Someone drinks a lot of 7-Up. 7-Up is significant. Sprite is significant. Someone drinks a lot of Sprite. I'm hearing Kush and orange juice also as well. Someone does a lot of wake and bake with some orange juice and Kush also as well, or some sort of smoke in the morning. And so you may want to redirect how much you smoke. Because somebody may be on like 8 blunts a day is what I'm picking up on. Like you smoke a lot. No judgment. I used to smoke like back to back also as well when I was going through like a really tough time in my life, and I couldn't even feel. So you may not even really feel it. The reason why you may be smoking so much is because you don't even feel it. So it's like you don't even feel when you smoke anymore. Sometimes you have to smoke more than one blunt, you know, in order for you to feel something. Now I'm hearing that song. There's a message on my page that I posted a little, I want to say like a month or two ago. Is titled I Need to Feel Something. Okay, it was a channel song by Chris Brown, so you may want to check that message out on my page. That message might be for you. You think it's okay because it's something that you've always kind of done, but it's like your mind has been clouded. Yeah, cloudy judgment. Your mind has been sitting here clouded more and more the more you continue, because you're just distracting yourself. Someone needs a tolerance break here to limit yourself from smoking as much. I'm seeing someone who keeps going, like you take a lot of naps also as well. You're always going to sleep also as well. What I'm picking up on is be more intentional about when you smoke. Like, it's not saying to completely stop smoking, because this has been like somebody's kind of thing for a while, you know, like I'm hearing since like, yeah, teenage years. So it's like you can't see yourself stopping, but it's like be more intentional when you smoke this time, to where it's like, you know, maybe instead of getting, getting weed from the weed suppliers around, go to the dispensary and go get you sativa. Okay, it's to where it's like you're not necessarily always tired and in the couch or indica type of energy. All right, because somebody smokes before they eat, smokes before they go to sleep, smokes when they wake up. Okay, and this is kind of a sense to where it's created that unhealthy habit for you, to where you don't even get the things done that you're needing to get done. So what I'm picking up on is get you some sativa, go get you some upper, something that will keep you up in a sense, okay, some upper weed in the morning. So if you smoke in the mornings, you like to smoke in the mornings, you like to wake and bake, that's you, whatever the case may be. So when you wake and bake, get you a sativa, get you some upper weed, okay, smoke. But you need to have your goals planned. You need to have something written down. Okay, I need to do this. I need to get this done, blah, 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 blah. So when you smoke, get those things done, okay, after you smoke. Because now in the morning, you have enough energy to do it. You smoked, you have the energy of the smoke, or whatever case may be, and you need to get that done and out the way. So someone needs to change and shift their mornings here, because it's like I'm seeing someone also getting on the game. Okay, so it's like you're getting on this game here also as well. Okay, after you smoke, it's like you don't necessarily have a routine going. Okay, and it's like something in regards to when you're actually on routine. You may have been on routine at one point in time, but you fell off completely, to where it's like you've been trying to get back on it, but then you fall. You try to get back on your routine, then you fall again, whatever the case may be. And it's like someone needs to get on your routine again and slowly incorporate your routine. But it needs to start off in the mornings, because in the mornings is how you carry your day. So it's like in the mornings, if you are slouching around. So I'll go ahead and give an explanation here. So with me moving into entrepreneurship, I had to figure out, how am I going to start my mornings? How am I going to be, start my day in a sense here? So, I kind of struggle with that sometimes. So I was like, okay, so Mondays, on certain days, Mondays and Sundays, I want to have a slow morning. So it's like, so I don't want to get out of bed real quickly. I don't want to do certain, things in regards to on Mondays and Sundays. I want those to be slow. So it's like, I wake up, I may scroll my phone a little bit, and then I get up, make me a little bit of something to drink, as far as tea, and just kind of just spend my time of doing whatever I want to do. And then I'm like, okay, Tuesday through Friday, I don't want to have a slow morning in a sense. So it's like, so Tuesday through Friday, I want to be able to wake up, listen to something like a podcast, affirmation, something that's going to feed my mind. And I don't want to go directly onto my phone, checking my phone, scrolling my phone, seeing all the drama, seeing bullshit, because what you're doing is when you wake up in the morning, there's a certain level of, I can't remember the terminology of it, but your brain is still in, like, I think it said like an alpha beta state or whatever the case may be. So it's like your brain is still taking in, it's like the best time to manifest. It's like the best time to kind of manifest in a sense how you want your day to go. So for instance, I will wake up on Tuesday through Friday as much as I can. I may not do it every single day, but as much as I remember, so it's like I'll wake up and I'm, doing some affirmation work. Okay. And I won't grab my phone to where it's like, I don't want to wake up and scroll. I want to wake up and have some good energy or play some music, wake up, play some good music real quick, to where it's like, okay, I feel good this morning in a sense here. So it's like, some of you may need to figure out a time frame to wake up and have a good little 15 minutes before you even do anything, in a sense here, to where you feed your mind positive energy before you go to work. Okay, because sometimes when I was working a 9-to-5 job, there was times where I just would wake up, super close to my time of need to get myself ready and go and get up out the door. And it's like, already you didn't even have time to yourself. You had went to a job. You woke up, went to a job, and gave them all of your time and energy. So some of you need to wake up at least 15 minutes earlier so that you can take some time to yourself, whether that is just sitting there meditating, whether that is just writing out a journal, in your journal in the morning, a little gratitude, speak some gratitude in the morning, or whatever the case may be, something that will give you some positive energy in the morning. Okay, is what you're needing at this time. So it's like, nourish yourself in the morning. Okay, nourish yourself in the morning. And some of you need to drink some water in the morning. When you wake up, drink some water. They say we're supposed to have a cup of water, like an 8-ounce cup of water every time we wake up, because it helps flush out our organs, in our energy. Okay, so it's like, wake up, drink some water, flush your organs out, your energy out. Because when we're asleep, that's when everything's like, it's like certain points of time. It's like between 10 and something, and between 2 and 4, all of our our body is doing the things that it's meant to be doing. It's digesting, it's cleansing, it's doing the things that it's doing when we're resting. So it's like, when you wake up, pour back into your body, because your body is working so hard to keep you going. Okay, so it's like, appreciate your body at this time. Like, it's like, I'm in the energy to where, like, for this year, I was like, I'm going to pour more into my body. And it's like, every single time I hear the word work, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work on my body. I was like, nah, let me change that word, because I don't like that word. I don't like working on something. So I was like, I'm going to nourish this, or I'm going to align with my body instead of working on my body. So, I'm going with my cycle, in a sense, as a woman. We have our menstrual cycle, we have our follicular cycle, we have our luteal cycle, and we have our ovulation cycle also as well. So through the whole month. So it's like, cycle syncing is what it's called. So I'm doing cycle syncing, to where it's like certain types of foods around certain periods of time of the month, certain types of drinks and wellness or whatever, so it can help your body, your hormones, your emotions, and all of that type of stuff. Like, us women, we don't have just a cycle in the week to when we get our menstrual. No, the whole month is our cycle. Okay, so it's like, when you can kind of just, you know, feed into your body and go with your body instead of going against your body, you know, your body doesn't have to do too much of the work. And then it's like your body is connected to your mind. So it's like, you know, whatever you're feeding yourself, you're feeding your mind also as well. So it's like, you know, that mind and body connection is very, very important when it comes to you aligning yourself with divine, you know, divine and divinity. When it comes to you nourishing yourself. So some of you, I'm picking up, some of you may need to work on your body also as well. Like, I'm just really picking up on this stagnant energy. Like, someone's been very stagnant for a while. Like I said, I'm seeing someone playing on a game here also as well. Like, you just kind of just been smoking a lot and playing on a game. And it's time for you to get yourself together. Time for you to start nourishing yourself. Get back to that older version of you. You let yourself go. Some of you need to get some iron in also as well. Because I'm seeing, like, your hair is kind of, like, shedding a lot. Getting a little spacey. So your hair shedding, that has to do with your anemia levels, your iron levels. In order to have that iron to really kind of implement, you need that vitamin D also as well. So some of you guys' vitamins is kind of low. Like I said, I'm picking up on somebody. What is that place called? They're showing me a particular fast food restaurant, and it's like it's very popular, like Florida and California, and it's like it has fries, and then they have like this like sauce on top, and then they have like In-N-Out, that's what it is, In-N-Out. Okay, so someone's eating a lot of In-N-Out burger, fast food joint. Five Guys is significant also as well. Like a lot of kind of fried like burgers. Like it's like a lot of greasy foods. My iron and hormones are out of whack right now. My hair is getting weird. Get some iron in. So Five Guys is significant, and so is In-N-Out Burger. Someone's been eating a lot of that. And pizza is what I'm picking up on also as well. I'm hearing double pepperoni. Someone's getting double, like you have a lot of greasy foods, a lot of grease here is what I'm picking up on. And then, like I said, I'm seeing that pop also as well, 7-Up and Sprite. No wonder why you feel sluggish. Somebody feels very sluggish here because of what you're feeding your body at this time. Let me go ahead and clear this energy. Let me go ahead and clear this energy and pull something else. What time is it? 9:23. Get more structure, get more discipline, okay? I'm hearing, damn, she on my head. Yeah, we on your head today, all right? We tap dancing on that head. Keep your head ringing, okay? That was literally the first song that Spirit used to send me all the time. My ancestors, like the connection through music, you know, the frequency that Spirit would send me is keep their heads ringing, okay? And so it's like that was the connection in regards to my spirit team letting me know that I was on the right track in regards to me coming up on here, you know, speaking the truth and, you know, just kind of reading the messages, reading the energy, sending the messages type of energy. You know, it's like keep tap dancing on their head, all right? Regardless of how anybody feels, because one thing I know is I'm going to trigger somebody, okay? I'm always triggering people. I'm going to trigger you, but it's like, you might not like me. You know, you might not like me because of me triggering you, but at the end of the day, you may come to realization like, oh, okay. She was just, trying to direct me in a space to where I need to do better for myself. All right. You gonna come back around. All right. You may stop even watching me also as well for a little bit. You may stop watching me because you don't like how I'm delivering or whatever the case may be, but you'll be back. They always come back. All right. They always come back. Sometimes you just need a harsh truth. If you call me out, I like it. Learning is growing. Okay, Kayla? Okay. Because some of y'all be around people that don't be calling you out on your bullshit. So, like I said, egotistical. You run across somebody who always is like yes man, yes women type of energy. You know, they're always feeding it. Yes, everything. Like everything. Yes. Like, no. Like, sometimes some of you ain't used to hearing no. Like, you used to hearing yes all the time. Like, you used to getting your way, having your way all the time. It's like, you know, whatever the case may be. And then you run into somebody that said no, and it's like, no? What you mean no? Like, no? Yeah, no. What's that meme? I think it's Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny's like, no. Let me see. Looney Tunes could be significant. Like, somebody deals with a lot of loony ass motherfuckers, okay? Let's see. No. No. Get that shit out of here, okay? Get that shit out of here. Walk away, all right? So, yeah. You know, some of you just used to people, you know, yes men, yes women, whatever the case may be. I used to watch Looney Tunes as a kid. Maybe my inner child needs that. Ashe. For sure. For sure. So, yeah. So, someone may have been really into Looney Tunes as a child here. Okay. Also, like I said, you could be attracting a lot of loony ass people as well here. Okay. Yeah, it's an illusion. It's an illusion here. The people that you attract, yeah, some of you need to cut certain people off. But like I said, loony, you know, a lot of loony females. Someone may attract loony females here also as well. It's like women that are very cutthroat type of energy, very aggressive. But it's like, that's what I'm, okay, so now, okay, thank you, Spirit, because now I'm starting to see the picture. So someone attracts certain type of women that are very cutthroat type of energy. Like, they're very cutthroat, very, you know, sharp with their words also as well. Don't mistake the two is what I'm picking up on. Don't mistake the two in a sense, okay? Because it's like you may run into somebody who is very kind of cutthroat or very sharp with their words in a sense. And then you may run into somebody who's very honest. So it's like someone who's very brutally honest in a sense. And you're kind of distorting the two here. Because it's like it's making it seem as if, you know, with the illusion that this person's the same way. Like, this person's going to be aggressive like this person is too because of the way they talk. But it's like, no. Like, you're running into women that like to be problematic versus a woman that actually tells you what your flaws are in a sense. Like, they're mirroring back to you the things that you know that you need to get out of. So there's a difference between that. You have a difference between someone who just wants to argue with you and with your past, okay, these past situations that you've dealt with all the time, and then situations to where somebody wants to actually help you in regards to the bullshit that you continue to be stuck in. Okay, so don't confuse the two. Yeah, this new adventure here. Don't confuse the two. That's part of that ego. That's part of that arrogant energy. You know, like I said, you're so used to people feeding you energy, you know, saying yes to everything that you got going on, you know, feeding your head up. Yeah. And then in the end, you end up in betrayal. In the end, you end up backstabbed because you trusted the wrong type of people around you. What else is going on with the collective? Yeah, to where you end up being in this space to where you're stuck and you ain't got no movement going. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers type of energy. Someone's dealing with people that present themselves as if they are, you know, in this energy of supportiveness, but they're not supportive when you end up, because you got somebody who's playing a role here, okay? You got certain people that's playing a role so that they can go ahead and get what they want here. And it's like I said, it feeds your ego. So that's why you fall for it each time, because it's like, you know, they feed your ego, they play that role for however long they need to play that role, and then it's like, gotcha. Now you can do whatever for me now in this energy, and then you find yourself in this situation to where you don't even want to be in it, and then you find yourself stuck again with whoever these people are. Yeah, exactly. Because you made too many impulsive decisions. This was out of lust and it was out of sexual energy here also as well. It's like I'm picking up on an energy to where somebody, all they got to do is feed into your... Speak the truth, she said. All right, speak the truth, they said. All right, that's clarity. So it's like someone is dealing with certain people that, you know, they'll play that role, all right, until, you know... It's like sexual energy in a sense here. So somebody will, you know, all they got to do is just, you know, oh, I'll come over here and I'll, you know, bop you up or whatever the case may be, and or, you know, send little risky messages in a sense here. And it's like, you know, it's feeding that ego version of you. It's feeding that weakness of you also as well. They know how to play on your weakness. That's just what it's giving. They know how to play on your weakness. What else? And you fall for it every single time. Okay? Somebody want a little menage a trois also as well. Someone may be into threesomes. Your ancestors is showing you this. Your angels is showing you this also as well. They're showing you where your weaknesses are, where your weak spots are. And like I said, someone gets a little bit agitated. Like you get a little bit agitated because of your weakness. Your weak points are being shown back to you. So it's like it starts to make you, in a sense, to where you start to run and you get to feeling some type of way here because of these weak spots. Yeah, that's why you need to go in and recuperate and balance this energy out. Yeah, realign your chakras. Someone may need to take some time to meditate, okay, also as well. I'll be, maybe towards March, more towards March, I'll be rolling out some meditation classes in a sense, okay? Maybe towards March, maybe towards April. We'll see. But keep on the lookout for that, okay? It'll be pretty affordable also as well. Show me what this truth is with this energy of being stuck. What's this truth is with this energy of being stuck? Message. Okay. Every single time I see this message card, it's like the spirit is like, you know when what is it, like Don't Be a Menace on the South Central, whatever the case may be, type of movie, and that dude kept popping up and he was like, message, okay? Like, this is what spirit keeps, like, whenever I see this, spirit keeps telling me, like, message. Like, it's, like, something to where somebody needs to know. Like, it's, like, especially with this having, like, an alert on it also as well. You could be seeing 911 also as well. 811, 411 also as well is what I'm picking up. And 211. 511 also as well. Numbers ending in 11. They're saying 611 and 711 also as well. Yep, 7-Eleven. Yeah, I'll post it around that time. Yeah, transition and achievement here. Yeah. So it's like this is where you're in a space to where spirit's trying to show you where you're needing to transition, where you're needing to allow yourself to release certain energy so that you can come into this achievement. Like someone feels like they haven't had an achievement in a while. Like you feel like you haven't had a win in a while here is what I'm picking up on. Like I said, somebody earlier, like I was saying, you just feel like you've been taking a lot of losses in a sense here. because you've been off balance. That's just the truth of it all. You've been off balance. So it's like, get yourself rebalanced. And it's like, I feel like this is an energy to where somebody knows, like, you know, this is what you need to do, but it's like you continue to procrastinate what I say, because you be in this energy to where all you worry about is lustful energy. I knew it was going to come out. Lustful energy. And it's like someone's a healer also as well. With this healer energy and this lust energy, it's like you're a healer. You're actually a true healer. So it's like, okay, for instance, you know, if you're a healer, you know that sexual energy is very potent. Okay, so it's like your sexual energy is healing also as well. So it's like when you, that's why you may have people that are you may be very good at sex. Okay, you may be very good in the bed because you're meant to be very good in the bed because you're a healer. So it's like your sexual energy heals when you have sex. Okay, so it's like, for instance, you know, you may have people that are very kind of obsessive after you have sex with them. Like, it's like they can't get enough type of energy. It's like something about your energy, something about the way you do it, something about the way, you know, okay, that portal feels, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, because you have healing coochie, okay? You have healing coochie, all right? Or you may have that healing penis, all right? It's just whatever the case may be. Like, you may have that, all right? And it's like you out here giving it, okay, exactly, divine feminine. Divine feminine. So it's like, you know, you can't be out here giving everybody that, you know, that's why you attracting crazies, okay? Because you can't be, I can't make this shit up, gift, okay? Like, it's not just you that's the gift, baby. The whole part of you is the gift. So it's like, you may be out here attracting crazies here, all right? I'm talking to my females and my masculines at this time. Like, you may not know that you have, it's like everything about your energy, you're not seeing it. Okay, surprise, okay? Surprise, like, now you know, okay? Now you know. So, you know, that's why you may feel kind of more depleted, more drained, or whatever the case may be. And like I said, attracting crazies, because it's like, you know, and, you know, some people be lying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never had nothing like this before, or whatever the case may be. But it's like, some people may actually really be completely honest with you. And it's like, you can't even believe that because you so used to people lying in a sense here. So it's like, you used to people lying. So when somebody says, oh, you've been the best I've ever had, or you had the best, or whatever the case may be, you can't even believe it because you so used to people lying. Whole time they ain't lying. Whole time they ain't lying. That's why you keep attracting these crazy people. Now you got people stalking you. Oh, shoot. What's this beggar's energy? What's this Six of Pentacles here for? Exactly. Rising star. It's like you got the light. You the one with the light here. Okay? Buzz Lightyear is significant. Someone may have had Buzz Lightyear or Toy Story bedding as a child. Toy Story is significant. To infinity and beyond. You're around certain people because, like I said, you're light. Okay? You're around certain people because you're light. I just seen that right before you said it. To infinity and beyond. I just sent that right before you said it. Really? Ah, that's crazy. Let's see here. But yeah, so you're a rising star. Like, you are the light. And it's like, you know, that's why you may attract a lot of people. It's like a lot of people want to come and be under your covering also as well. A lot of people want to come and be under your energy. Some someone just doesn't see themselves the way they should see themselves is what I'm picking up. You just may be a little bit too humble. And a lot of times that's how it is, you know, that's how it starts. You know, a lot of people was seeing my light before I even seen my own light, because I was too humble also as well at one point in time. So that's why I understand this energy, because it's like, you know, people will tell you, you know, you're meant to be something or whatever the case may be, and you don't even see it because you don't see yourself as much because you're just too humble. So, you know, you could have been kind of just like, oh, that's what people are supposed to do. But it's like, when you realize it, that's not what people is really doing out here. So it's like, you may be someone who's very much a giver in a sense here. You go about things in a more calm and more, you know, way of going by keeping respect there. So you respect people, or you wouldn't do certain people the way people, you know, other people are doing certain situations. And it's like, you kind of just have those own morals and those own values in a sense here. And it's like, you know, people around you, it's like, you know, people be doing dirty shit here. And it's like, you feel like that's just how people are, like, you just supposed to be that way in a sense. But it's like, yeah, but you keep people around you that ain't on the same type of time you on. So that's why you keep on attracting certain people, because of that, also that lack of boundaries. Yeah, because you're abundant. Because you're abundant. You the one with the money. You the one with the ideas and the solutions and whatever the case may be. You're the one that has the light here. And it's like, there's people around you that just be attracted to that light, be attracted to that abundant energy. And it's like, when they come and get up under your covering and you come and get up under your protection, now all of a sudden they abundant. For instance, there was a time when you know, I don't like going to the casino type shit. I don't do no casino type stuff. So there was a person around me that used to always go to the casino. And so there was two people actually that used to always go to the casino. And so it's like, they always wanted me to come with them to the casino, because every single time I came with them to the casino, they hit every single time. Every single time they hit. And whole time I lost my money. Like, every single time I would lose my money, and then they would hit every single time. So when you know that you are the abundant person around certain people, you know that you carry a certain abundance, you carry certain good karma, or whatever the case may be, people around you know that, their spirit knows that. So it's like, you know, it may not even be them on the physical that knows it as much, but their spirit does. So, you know, all of a sudden you start dealing with certain people, or people come around you, and all of a sudden they telling you all the good things that they went in and all the good things that's going on for them. And then all of a sudden you keep coming down. Like, it's like, for some reason you losing money, and then all of a sudden they winning money. And it's like, that's how energy works. So it's like, when you got people around you that's siphoning your energy, you giving them too much of your energy, now all of a sudden your abundance starts looking weird, because you around people that ain't even abundant, but you're the abundance. So it's like, so they're siphoning off of your energy. And now all of a sudden you in this lack mentality to where your money's funny, but it's like, now all of a sudden their money's going up. It's like, oh, good luck. Keep having good luck. Keep having good luck. Keep having good luck. And it's like, what the fuck going on? You need to get that person from around you. You need to go ahead and change it on up. You need to change your circle up, because these is people. And it's like, see, and then when you think about it, when you're around other people that are abundant, other people that are go-getters like you, or people that actually have an abundant energy or abundant mindset, then you're all coexisting. Then they have some things to bring to the table. Then when you having a conversation, the conversation is different, because when I'm talking to this person can give me insight also as well, versus this other person that I'm only giving them insight. I'm like, yeah, the money, the solutions, the problems, the blah, blah, blah. I'm telling you everything. And it's like, really, you ain't giving me nothing in a sense here, to where it's like, we're not exchanging anything to where you can tell me what can happen better for my money. Say, for instance, I'm over here in a more wealthier circle, people that actually have abundance also as well. This person might give me a book recommendation of you know, something surrounding money. They may be into stocks and bonds. They may be into exchanges. They may be into you know, savings, or they may be into credit card rewards, or whatever the case may be. We can exchange here because we're both abundant. So it's like, someone's around certain energy to where it's like, you're the only one giving all this good solutions, all this good, whatever the case may be. You the person with the plan. Okay, this has been coming up for the last couple of days, as the man with the plan keeps coming up to my mind. So it's like, you're someone who is very much abundant in your solutions. You're a solution giver. You're someone who definitely gives out that energy, but you're not receiving it back. And that's exactly why you're at a halt. That's exactly why you're in stagnant right now, because now it's time to realize you're in a different state. You've hit in a different, someone may be going through their Saturn return, to where it's like, you know, your karma is trying to clear out. We've been talking about South Node and North Node energy. So it's like your karma is trying to clear out here, but it's like you're harboring onto this energy around you, to where it's like you can't even clear out this karma because you're not letting go of what you need to let go. What's on the bottom of... Ooh, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Karma. Stop playing with me, okay? It's literally on the bottom of the deck here. So it's like you literally are holding on to certain situations that are karmic situations that are, you know, your karma's trying to clear out. And it's like, you know, help me out here. You keep praying about it too. Help me out. I don't know what to do. And you ain't listening. That's just what it's giving. You're not listening. You're not listening about what you need to let go of. You may not even want to let go of certain people because you feel like you've had them around you all the time. You know what? This is very particular for somebody also as well. This story that I'm about to give on. Okay. So there was somebody that I knew. Okay. And I didn't know certain situations or put certain things together and certain pieces together until after the fact, of not being around that person. So for instance, this person was an opportunist. Okay. So it's like this person would be around certain people that they like was, you know, homeboys with or whatever the case may be. But this person was also stealing from these people also as well. So there was low key stealing from these people. And it would be little small things in a sense here. So they would take little things every once in a while, but it's like at the end of the day, we tight, we did. I'm gonna ride or die for you, whatever the case may be. I'm gonna fight for you. I'm gonna be one of your strongest soldiers type of energy. Blah blah blah. The whole time they were stealing from there. They were sneaking from that person. So it's like I had to put two and two together like, oh, you are a real snake. Like you are a real snake. Like sometimes people will literally be around you and they'll be that ride or die. They'll fight for you. They pulling up whenever you need someone to pull up. They just as mad as you mad on the phone, whatever. So it's like in your mind, you like, oh shit. We locked in. Like this is my like road dog. This is my partner. This is my or whatever the case may be. Link in the bio, Marlo. Or if you want to get a personal while I'm on live, it's $22.22. So it's like, you know, this is somebody in a sense to where, you know, this is my road dog. This is my right hand in a sense here type of energy. But it's like whole time, that person's a snake. What I say about this message? Okay. Whole time, this person's a snake. It's like, you know, sometimes we don't see it because of the things that they present themselves as. You know, when it comes to certain people that are the closest people to us, sometimes we present ourselves as these same, you know, that we're someone's road or whatever case may be, and whole time they snaking you. Message again. I just shuffled this deck. Message again. Okay. So like I said, I just said that this would be important to somebody. And then there's, like I said, there's something significant about this exclamation mark. Okay. Okay, Marlo, whenever you're ready. The link's in the bio on my page for you to book a reading. But yeah, so you know, someone you may not realize that someone may, you know, come off as that ride or die type of situation, but whole time they're wearing a mask. Yeah. And it's like you're being awakened to this. Like you're being awakened to this energy. Now you're realizing who the person is, who the mask is, who the person that was snaking you in the beginning, who the people is that's around you that just is there for the ride. They're just an opportunist. Some people don't have the sauce like you do. Okay. They're bringing up SpongeBob. SpongeBob is significant. It's like, okay, for instance, the reason why they're bringing up SpongeBob is because, you know, Plankton wanted the Krabby Patty sauce, okay? Yeah, like it's like someone around you is like, yeah, I'm the trusted person. I'm around you. I'm trusted, whatever the case may be, but they ain't really someone to trust. Yeah, rich girl. Yeah, healer. Yep. Endings. So it's like you someone who's trusted. You have the money. You got the you got the plans. Whatever the case may be. You the healer. But it's like this is endings. Like it's like you have an endings or whatever the case may be because people around you ain't meant to be trusted. Okay. Because of your abundance. But what I was saying, so Plankton, Plankton wanted the Krabby Patty formula. He wanted the sauce, but it's like, but Plankton already had, the actual, that he already had his own business in a sense. So it's like he already had his own business. But so did Mr. Krabs had his own business also as well. But there was like a special formula to where people wanted to come more to Mr. Krabs business in a sense here. So it's like it's kind of like also like what is it called? Good Burger. Okay, you know the movie Good Burger. So it's like Mondo Burger and Good Burger, and it's like everybody was coming to the Good Burger. You know what I'm saying? And then nobody was really wanting that Mondo Burger type of energy or whatever the case may be. So it's like they're in competition. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Secret competition here. So it's like, and look here on the bottom of the deck here, envious, jealous spirit. Envious, jealous spirit here, okay? So it's like you dealing with somebody who you think that, oh, they have their own stuff. They got their own relationship. Oh, they got their own type of business. Oh, they got their own type of da-da-da-da. But it's not like yours. It's not like yours. It doesn't attract the things that yours attracts. Yours may be more abundant. Yours may be more put together. Yours may be more professional. Yours may be more, taste better, whatever the case may be. So it's like, just because somebody may have their own doesn't mean that they don't want yours. So it's like someone feels like, someone's in this energy to where it's like you think that just because somebody else got something, it means that they ain't worried about what you got going on. No, that's the whole reason why they're close to you. You know how they say, like I said, some people live by enemies, keep your enemies closer or whatever the case may be. I don't live by that energy. I let them enemies go. I done said this already on my page, okay? I don't keep no type of enemy close to me because that shit's weird energy. So some people live by that energy to where it's like they'll come off as if they're this trusted individual. Like, I can be trusted. I got your back. I'm there for you. Whatever the case may be. I'm one call away type of energy. Blah, 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 blah. Whole time they sneaking. Whole time I need to know the sauce. So it's like whole time you're telling this person all your business, all your manifestations, and you wonder why your manifestations ain't coming into fruition. That's why they tell you to keep it silent, keep your moves silent, because when people know about what you got going on and all of a sudden shit's not coming off, like it's not really going anywhere in regards to your manifestations, is because you're yapping, because you're telling the wrong people your manifestations. You're yapping. Okay, like I said, someone's meant to be a boss here. Someone's meant to be a boss. And it's like you got other people around you that's just obsessed. They're obsessed with your energy. Bottom of the deck, because you a star seed. Like I said, not everybody has the same energy. Some people, have more abundant energy than others. And that could be due to, someone not clearing out certain karma. Like I said, we're talking about karma here also as well. So it's like, you're on the brink of clearing out certain karma from a past life, okay? Or just from your karma from this current life cycle. And then you have this person over here that's trying to have abundance, but it's like they're not clearing out their karma. They're not healing. They're not clearing out any energy that they was doing. They're still doing fuck shit. So it's like, you'll have people in a sense here to where you have people that are doing fuck shit, and they're getting certain abundance here. And then you have certain people that are clearing out energy to where it's like, I'm doing it the right way. So it's like you have certain people that will do it the right way and certain people that will step over other people, because they want that title. They want that energy. They want that abundance. They want that boss. They want that claim in a sense here. They want that title. They want whatever the case may be. They want what they want. Thank you for reposting the live. Show me this obsession energy. What's this obsession energy? Show me this obsession energy. Blocked. Message. Okay, what I say about this message that keep on popping up. Okay, blocked here. So it's like, this is someone who doesn't have no access or is not meant to have any access. I said, what is this obsession? Because boss and obsession came out. Like I said, you're in this boss energy. You're the person that's meant to be the boss here. I keep hearing man with the plan. You're the one with the plans. Okay. And it's like, you have these people around you that's very obsessed with your energy. Okay. But it's like, it's time for you to let go of that access. Like I said, proximity. When someone's in proximity of you, you dishing out your energy, you dishing out your abundance, and it's like all that is meant for you to coexist right now. It's like so for instance, like I said, things aren't taking off, things aren't kind of going the direction that they need to go, is because access, proximity. Who you're talking to, who you're giving your manifestations to, whatever the case may be, who you giving all these keys to in a sense here, who you may be trying to start a business with. This may be even somebody who's like around you that may be like, yeah, let me be part of that. And I can be your, your business planner, or let's start a business together. They want to start a business with you because they know how you a boss. That's why they want to start a business with you, because they know that you're abundant. That's why the whole time this person's not even supposed to be starting a business with you. Whole time. So it's like, for instance, you start a business with that person. Say it's okay in a sense to where you make a decent amount of money. But it's say, for instance, you didn't start the business with that person and you started something with somebody that you actually was supposed to start it with. And now all of a sudden you got $1 million company. But it's like, you was making thousands, you was making the, whatever you was making, because at the end of the day, you was still abundant, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you could be making millions over here if you was actually connected to the right people. So some people can be your downfall, okay? Some people can be your downfall here. Manifestation is popping out, okay? So it's like, you in this space message, like I said, to where your manifestation, you manifesting certain things, you need to make sure you got the right people around you when you manifest in this type of energy. Change. On the bottom of the deck here. Change your circle. Yeah. And like I said, this may cause some emotional pain. I keep saying it. What I say? We done had rich guy and rich girl out here. So I know I'm talking to the divine feminine and I'm talking to the divine masculine today. So it's like, rich guy, rich girl done came out here. What I say, the man with the plan, the one with the money. You got the plans here. You know exactly what to do. Okay. And for instance, also as well, when you think about, family businesses, okay, you think about family business, you think about certain things, for instance, I was just at this like fish joint getting some fried fish the other day, this past weekend. And so I've been there a couple times, you know what I'm saying? It's like a black owned spot. I've been there a couple times, but this time I was like, you know what? Let me ask this man, how long he done had this business. Okay. So I'm like, hey, how long you done had this business? How long you been, in business for yourself or whatever? He was like 9 years. And I was like, oh shit, that's really good. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about, how things have trying to transpired over time of you having this business? And he was like, it's been a lot of ups and downs. He was like, I incorporated a lot of people that was, that knew me, my family, or whatever case may be in the business. But he was like, but it kept on messing certain flows up in my business. He was like, it just wasn't right. So he was like, so I just was like, fuck it, I'm just going to do it myself. And he was like, I had to let go of those people. And I was like, you had to let go of, see, when you start certain situations and businesses with people that don't really have that sauce like you do, okay? They don't really have that drive like you do. They don't really have that ambition like you do. They don't really have them morals like you do. They don't really have them values like you do. You're not meant to be, coexisting with that person. You're not meant to have that business with that person or to make that money with that person. For instance, I'll throw out an example. There was a situation to where I was, I'm not going to throw out that example, but I'm going to use a different example, but it's similar to my situation and my story in a sense here. So say, for instance, you have a food business, okay? You got a food business. Like, for instance, for instance, that guy with the fish joint. You got a food business. You like to give out and serve out quality food. It's like, nah, don't put no raggedy food on a plate. Don't be half-assing my restaurant, because that's not what my name is. You know, that's not what I bring in regards to what I serve in a sense here. So it's like you done invited some family members to work for you, because it's like, hey, once we eat, we all eat type of energy, because that's what you was taught. It's like once we get the bag, everybody get the bag. Yeah, we're sharing, family over everything. FOE. Or whatever the case may be, okay? And it's like you over here you over here serving 5-star meals, okay? And then you bring Uncle Bob over here, and you bring cousin Fifi, okay? And they over here giving you little 2-star meals. You don't went to go take a break, because it's like you done built this whole empire. You've been building this, and it's like, ah, shit, hey, family got it. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and take a break. Let me go ahead and just have a little vacation day, because I've been working my ass off in regards to this business, serving 5-star meals, Mr. Rich Guy, okay? The one with the plan, the one with the money. And it's like, so you go over here serving 5-star meals. You have your family do it. You come back to your establishment. Now, all of a sudden, you got things running behind. You know, people complaining about your business now. Now, all of a sudden, you got wrong Google reviews. Whole time you had 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews. Now, all of a sudden, you got 2-star reviews. Okay, whatever the case may be. You know, they serving little 2-star meals. You know, it's like, and then it's like, you go back to the people and you like, y'all, what happened? Like, what's going on? What happened with the establishment? What happened with the situation? I just left for a day. You know what I'm saying? Y'all couldn't handle it, because I thought y'all said y'all could handle it. I thought everything was, all in flow here. I thought we was all on the same page. And it's like, ah, shit, they be all right. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just got a little busy. They'll be all right. You ain't got to worry too much about it. You know what I'm saying? We did the best that we could do, whatever case may be. And it's like, nah, that's not what you stand on. That's not what you want. So it's like, that's not the type of shit that I'm trying to do. You know, for instance, somebody's serving some food cold, but it's like, to serve it on the right temperature in a sense here. Like, so it's like, we don't align, because it's like, we got to have the same values and morals in regards to how I run my establishment. You know, that's how you continue to bring in that abundance, is that integrity. You know, the way you go about certain things, the way you show up for your business. You know, don't nobody want to go to no raggedy ass business, okay? Don't nobody want no raggedy ass business. Don't nobody want no half-ass shit also as well when they putting their money into something. They just don't. Whole time they trying to give them expired bread, you know? So it's like, it's all on who you are coexisting with and who you co-creating with here, with your creations. How do you want your manifestations? Okay, so that's the main message here. It's like, there's certain things that you may be manifesting this year for 2026 that you want to bring in, because we in a year of new beginnings, okay? Yeah, 714. Okay, so it's like there's 7 people, 4 likes, or 14 likes in here. That's half-assing it. Like I said, 7 plus 7 is 14. So it's like you at a half point. You at your half mark here, and it's like, how can I make things be more whole in a sense here? Okay, or like I said, certain people half-assing certain shit when you are on a wholeness journey in a sense here, to where you want to bring certain things in fruition that is more abundant. See beyond the veil. Okay. See beyond the veil. See the truth here. Okay, what's the truth? What is hiding behind the mask? What's hiding beyond the mask here? So some of you, like I said, we're in this, you're the horse, stability, momentum, so you're going to feel your energy rise also as well. It's ruled by the sun here also as well. So illumination, a lot of things may be illuminated to you in this season, during this 1 year. So it's like, this is a new beginnings. One is new beginnings here. So it's like, fire horse also as well is the animal for the year as well, for the Chinese year. Okay, so you have manifestations that you want to bring into fruition, but like I said, that's why we had to go through certain cycles in the snake year, the year of the snake, so that we can shed that energy before we come into our new manifestation. So in what area was spirit telling you in 2025, I need to let go of certain situations, mindsets, people, environments, whatever the case may be? If you're being called to move to a different direction or different location, different home or different city, what I'm saying, that may be something to where you want to figure out where you want to go in regards to this year or the next 2 years in a sense here. You know, if you've been getting called to move away from certain mindsets, you know, may say for instance, you've been thinking too small, you know, or you've been in poverty mindset till you believe that you don't even really achieve certain situations as well. Say for instance, you've been getting drawn away from certain sexual activities, you know, certain relationships just ain't really kind of aligning in a sense. You just keep on bumping heads. Every single time you make up, you break up again. There's an argument again that always ends up happening and keeps on circling the way back. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why that cycle keeps coming back towards you, because it's telling you something. You're just not listening in a sense here. So it's like, take some time to reflect. We still got time to reflect. There was a post that I just posted on my page in regards to goal planning. So it's like, you know, this kind of helps you map out your goals in regards to 2026, but it's like the first couple of months here. So it's like January, you know, is that stage of reflecting. We're still in a rest period. You know, they fucked us up in regards to, you know, when the new year starts. So it's like when January, you know, January, this winter season starts. That's why you see everybody they try to be dedicated in January, but it doesn't never, you know, take off and happen. They always end up falling off in February, because it's not meant for us to take off very, you know, our momentum to be like, shoot right on out in January. It's not meant for that, because the energy of the environment, the energy of the, you know, Mother Nature does not go with the flow, because we're in rest. We're in winter season. So the real tactical new year is in March, April, when we start to springing into action, springing into the new year type of energy, because things start to coming alive again. Things start to blooming again in a sense here also as well. So, you know, like I said, certain people's manifestations is coming in around that time. It's a heavy manifestation portal, you know, when things start to coming in and blooming, the seeds that you planted in the wintertime. Say, for instance, a farmer. You know, so it's like not every single vegetable, not every single crop, not every single fruit is meant to be bloomed at the same time. You know, you can't plant certain plants in the winter season and expect them to come in the spring. You can't plant certain things in a certain time. Every single different type of, you know, crop has a different time frame of when it's supposed to be planted. Okay. So it's like, you know, the potent seasons is spring and summer and fall in a sense here. And then it's like, you see how the winter season, everything's dead. There's no vegetation out there. You know, there's no leaves on the, you know, on the trees. You know, we don't see no greenery. The grass end up turning gray or, you know, yellow or whatever the case may be, because it's a time of stillness. It's a time of stillness. So it's like, you know, during this time in January, reflect, okay? Don't start your manifestations. Don't start your New Year's goals yet, you know, but you can plan them and you can kind of start easing your way into it, okay? So say, for instance, you want to work on your body. You want to get certain things in your body for 2026. Plan it, okay? So it's like, how do I want to start moving? Say, for instance, you had a plan of a manifestation of, okay, I want to go to the gym 5 days out of the week. Okay, so you was like, okay, I'm gonna start on the 5 days out of the week for 2026. Nah. Just go 2 days out of the week, because it's like ease yourself into it very easily. So then by the time March is here, you've been already going from January to March. You've been going from January to March 2 times a week, and it's like, it's kind of been working for me. Now you can kind of up level it, because the energy, you're going to feel more energized. The sun is going to be out more, so you're going to be getting more vitamin D, more energy from the sun type of energy. So it's like, you know, ease your way into the things that you're wanting to go, instead of just completely gun-ho trying to go hard into something, because a lot of times we fail because it's like we tried things that really wasn't in the time of us needing to do it, and sometimes it just wasn't meant for us to go so hardcore into it also as well. Woo! Surprise! That was a mouthful. But anyway, so on my page, I put goal planning. Okay, I posted that on my page. I'll show you what it looks like. It was like the recent post here. So goal planning. I posted this on my page. All right, on for y'all, it's over there on my posts also as well. Okay, but I posted this as goal planning here. So January is that plan and prep your goals. Okay, so January, the rest of January here, we plan and we prepping our goals. February, you nourish and prep your mental and your body before you start to movement in March. Okay, so it's like you're prepping your mental state, you're prepping your body for this, you're easing your way into these manifestations and doing the things that you know that you wanted to do here. And then in March, you're starting to move, you're initiating that movement in March. And that's when we start to moving in March, because things start to moving in March. Okay, the sun's out more. You may see a little bit more greener grass during that time. Whatever the case may be, we start to moving into spring, and then in April you start blooming, and you move into that momentum in April. So it's like April, everybody like to get outside more towards the spring season. It's like we start to waking up type of energy, like our body starts to waking up and everything. So it's like, April, we outside, and we outside in a sense. Okay, we start coming outside more. Don't nobody want to get outside in the snow and everything like that, or the cold, because I know for me, like, I was like, okay, what can I do during the winter season on days that I'm snowed in and I don't want to go to the gym? Because it's like winter bodies, or summer bodies are made in winter, in a sense, how they say. And it's like, okay, I'd be falling off in the winter season because it'd be too cold. It'd be too cold getting out there in the winter. So, I'm like, okay, so what can I do to prep my body, during that time, during this season? And it's like, okay, what can I eat to where it's like I'm not stuffing myself? A lot of times we be stuffing ourselves during the winter season. Think of it. You got November in the close to the winter season in a sense here. That's Thanksgiving. You stuffing yourself with the Thanksgiving. Then you got December, which is Christmas season. So it's like more food. And then you got January, which is New Year's, and it's like more food. And then all of a sudden it's like, let me go ahead and hurry up and shift on the first. That's unrealistic. That is unrealistic. So it's like, in what areas are you planning certain things that is unrealistic for yourself? Like, it's like when I said, I was like, oh yeah, 5 days a week. Yep, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like whole time I fell off for like a couple of months of going to the gym. So I was like, yep, today, tomorrow, this week, I'm going 5 days a week. I'm going every single day or whatever. And it's like, I had to sit back and like, all right. Because it's like that first week, I went for 2 days hard, 2 days, 3 days hard, whatever the case may be. And then the next couple of days, I'm like, man, I ain't going. I don't feel like it. My body's sore. Let me just let my body just go ahead and rest, or whatever the case may be. Like, so it's like, I had to sit back and be like, you know what? This is unrealistic for me. So I was like, you know what? 3 days. I can do 3 days out of the week. And I've been doing 3 days out of the week. So it's like, sometimes we be getting in that gym ego also as well. Because it's like, when I was going to the gym, I'm like, lift heavy, lift heavy. We got to lift heavy. And it's just like, no, I'm not lifting heavy today. Like, and then I'll be seeing certain people, like, another thing, like I said, it be gym ego be going on in the gym, because like I'll lift something like really kind of light just to move my body in a sense. Cause I'm like, let me just move my body. Let me just tone my body. Let me not lift heavy right now, because my body is not ready to lift heavy right now, because I'm listening to my body. So it's like, I'll see certain people, and it's like, I'll see this one chick, she like, she looked where mine was in a sense, and she went down one more notch below me. And I'm just like, be for real. Like, bitch, I don't even know you. What are you in competition with me at the gym for? Like, and it's like, I done peep game with that with women also as well in the gym. It's just like, why are y'all so weird? Like, it's just so weird. So I just be like, you know what? I don't even care. Like, you can be in your own gym ego. I'm gonna go where my body's going, okay? Like, I'm not going against my body right now. So if you feel like you need to lift heavier than me because you're next to me, you weird ass motherfucker, then you go ahead and do it. More power to you, girl. All right. I hope you're eating your veggies and wedgies. All right. So, but anyways, let's go ahead and get some last messages here, because I need to get myself together to get on this highway. For real, like, I just be like, ugh. Well, I tell you, like, you just, I don't know. I be running into this a lot of weird ass energy. People be in competition just everywhere. It's just like, are you okay? Like, are you okay? I am grateful for the earth here. Came out. Last messages for the collective at this time. Spirit saying something about zodiacs. It's okay to feel what you need to feel, okay? All right, so it's okay to feel what you need to feel at this time. So some of you are avoiding feeling what you need to feel, all right? And like I said, when you're avoiding feeling what you need to feel, you get to kicking back into those unhealthy patterns. So, you know, you start drinking a little bit more. You start smoking a little bit more. You start, you know, distracting yourself by talking to multiple men or talking to multiple women because you don't want to feel yourself at this time. All right, what zodiac signs is whose messages are these right now? Whose main messages are these for? Aquarius. All right, so main messages for Aquarius. Scorpio, you can be a Scorpio. It's the main message for you. Yeah, Scorpio again, so double Scorpio. So Scorpio, this was a lot of your messages here. Taurus, all right, Taurus, this was a lot of your messages also as well. One more from here. Oh shit. Scorpio again, so heavy Scorpio energy. Gemini also as well, this was heavy on your message. Libra, this was heavy on your message also as well. Capricorn, this was heavy your message. Aries, this was heavy your message. Aries, Leo can be significant also as well. One more. Aries, heavy on Aries message also as well. Okay, so we have Gemini, Aries, Taurus, Aquarius, Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, heavy on your messages. Okay, it doesn't mean that you have to be that zodiac sign for it to be your message. It's just that it's another confirmation that it was your message here today. Thank you for the follows, y'all. Thank you for the 19K likes. Thank you for the likes over here also as well. I appreciate it. Divine flow, okay? So divine flow. Some of you guys are just being ushered at this time, and it's just allowing yourself to flow where your spirit wants you to flow, where your soul is guiding you to flow, not going against it, okay? So it's like, you know, if you're being shown to go this direction and you're like, I'm gonna go this direction. Well, you wonder why you're running into a roadblock is because Siri or whatever the case may be told you to go this way. The navigation told you to go this way and you decided to go explore elsewhere. Now you on a dirt road. And it's like you you know how you take you know how you put in the GPS if you want to go in the highway or you want to go onto the, you know, the dirt roads or the back roads or whatever the case may be. You decided to go down the back roads, and it's like now all of a sudden things just started slowing down for you. Why? Because you decided to go on the back roads and because you was meant to go on the highway. All right. What do you keep putting PP in here for? Like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm just gonna go ahead and block you. Because what the hell is going on? You in here distracting people. Weird. Alright. Oh, that's way too many. Alright, closing messages for the collective. And I'm gonna get some confirmations also as well. Confirmations for the collective. Okay, what the hell? What the Heliante? What the Halliburton? Courage and I don't know how to say this word. I ain't never seen this word before. Sanctity. sanctity. I knew I was going to fuck that word up. Okay, sanctity. The state of being, quality of being holy, sacred, and saintly. Okay, I talk about sacredness all the time on here on my page, about how spirituality is sacred. Okay, so like I said, some of you are in that divine flow to where you're being ushered into your divinity, and that's where you're being, keeping yourself more sacred. All right, so it's like, protecting your energy. We've been talking about this pretty much the whole message. So it's like, being in a sacred energy here, holding your energy as sacred, not giving your energy out to everybody. Okay, in a sense here also as well. Holding your sexual energy as sacred. Okay, some of you need to go celibate right now. You need to pull back your energy. All right, and it takes courage also as well. So courage is significant. I'm over here listening to you and driving. They weird. Thank you for the heart, me. All right, so it takes courage for you to step forward in this energy also as well, okay? So it takes for you to, be more courageous at this time. Some of you need to rebalance your solar plexus, okay? That has to do with courage. So your solar plexus, and see, I was talking about that ego energy also as well earlier. So like, that kind of goes hand in hand with your solar plexus is your ego. So, when you are too arrogant, when your ego is too filled, within yourself here, and you just been feeding your ego and not your higher self, you haven't been feeding your higher self. You keep putting your higher self on the back burner. You're allowing your willpower to be outside of you and not inside of you. So some of you need to come back to your willpower. So it's like you've been giving too much of your power out elsewhere instead of holding on to your power. Because if you was more holding on to your power and your energy, your light force energy, then you would have a different outcome. Okay, so that's why I said also as well, sexual energy. Sexual energy, when it comes to you holding back your sexual energy, especially you men also as well, when you're holding back your sexual light force, okay, you have more vitality, you have more energy. Okay, so it's like when you beating your meat, all right, you beating your meat to all these porn sites and whatever case may be, or you going out and planting them seeds elsewhere and having sex with multiple women, have a sexual addiction, and you just feel kind of drained also as well. Like you feel good afterwards because you release that energy, but it's like you end up feeling drained still because you out here drained. You're drained of your light force. Now you don't even have any energy to create. Our sexual energy is our creative energy. So it's like when you hold back, you have more energy. That's why it feels like it's that Kundalini rising energy. So it's like when you hold back, you feel more sexual because you have more manifestations coming up because you have that energy you're wanting to create. That solar plexus is turning. It's like, because when that sexual energy comes up, that's creative force. That's creative energy. Sexual energy. What is it meant to do? Create children or create something. So it's like, when you have sex, you may create a baby in a sense. Okay. So it's like you're creating something of light. So when you hold it back, you have something to create within yourself instead of creating certain situations out in, with everybody else here. And now it's like, it's not even creativity. It's just, you just gave out your life force for nothing, just for pleasure in a sense here. And it's like, really, you could hold it back and, use that energy to create for yourself. And then, I'm saying, it's not saying to stop having sex completely, but it's just like some of you been having sex since you was in middle school, high school, and it's like, and you ain't never had a period of time to where you was able to just not have sex. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. So it's like, that was me. All right. So it's like, I started having sex when I was 14 years old. Okay. And it's like, ever since then I was, having sex with different, same person or, a different person, whatever the case may be, and it's like, and I never had that break of where it's like, you ain't give that cat a break. You know what I'm saying? You ain't give that D a break. You ain't never gave yourself a break. It may have been like a little week or so, or just weeks out of the months or whatever case may be. But it's like, damn, have you went 3 months? Have you went 3 months? Have you went 6 months? Have you went a year in a sense here? Like, so it's like, ask yourself that question. If you feel like there was a time, I've been celibate for three years. So it's like the first year, I'm telling spirit, I've been celibate for, 6 months now. So it's like, let's go ahead. Like, where's my man type of energy? Like, when am I going to have sex again type of energy? It's like I kept on, kind of looking at the clock in a sense. Like, all right, well, now we done hit 9 months now, spirit. So it's like, where's the man at? When am I going to be having sex again? And it's like, whole time, 2 years start to go by. And I'm like, don't make it 3 years. Don't make it 3 years. Whatever the case may be. Whole time I'm in 3 years now. Whole time in 3 years now. But it's like, but see, what's crazy is spirit's like, but you're creating. You're literally building a business right now. So it's like, so your focus and your attention needs to be right there instead of being on when's the man coming in. When am I going to be having sex again? Because I know when I do get to having sex, I be distracted. I have a man. Now I'm distracted. Now I want to revolve my life around this person. So it's like, because that was the lack of, boundaries that I had when I had a person. That was the lack of self-love that I had when I was in that older version. So I had to start learning, why I'm in this, energy now. Because it's like, okay, now I know that I'm creating something. So when I do end up having a person, that doesn't mean that I need to put my whole eggs in that basket completely in a sense. So it's like, my eggs are going to be there, but it's like, it doesn't mean that I need to revolve my life around you. So where it's like, I'm going to stop what I'm doing all the time to be up under you in a sense. And that's what I used to do. Like, I used to stop doing, I used to not make certain decisions because I was like, I just want to be up under my person. Like, hell no, we need to quit doing that. It was codependency. That's what it was. I was too much in codependency. Okay. So it's like, we be too codependent. And it's like, that's what be distracting us from getting things done that we need to get done because we be codependent and everything. And the whole time, you could have, it could have been something to where you need to go, say for instance, like maybe I needed to wash some makeup brushes because I had a client, a couple clients the next day. And it's like, I won't go wash the makeup brushes because I want to be laid up in bed with somebody, and whole time they're still going to be there tomorrow. They're still going to be there the next day. They're still going to be there when I'm done washing the makeup brushes. It's just like, why are you not getting certain things done because you want to be laid up under somebody all day? Okay, so it's like, and it's because it's codependency. It's because you feel like it's also part of that anxious attachment. It's also part of that anxiety of feeling like if you step away for a little bit, oh my God, they're going to be gone or whatever the case may be. Like, it's just, you got to be able to control that within yourself. We should be able to control ourselves and be by ourselves or whatever the case may be and do what we need to do just be, when we have a partner also as well. We should be able to be our own person when we have a partner as well. So some of you also, you deprive yourself too much of being, having that person be your own full happiness. It's like, we should be coming together where we are both giving each other, what's the name of it? What's it called? It's like in a sense to where we are both whole and coming to be, one in a sense. Not one's broken and one the person is whole, and it's like now I got to give all my energy to you because you're insecure, because you feel some type of way, because you're scared, because and it's like we can't even coexist here. I can't even leave and go to work and go pick up some extra hours real quick. You know what I'm saying? For us, because we a little bit low on funds. I can't even pick up no OT because you over here, oh, I need you here. Why are you picking up, more hours or whatever the case may be? Because bitch, you keep on asking me about some fucking money. That's why. Okay. So it's like, we should be able to have periods of time to where, hey, babe, I got to do this real quick. You know what I'm saying? So we can kind of get back to where we was or whatever the case may be, instead of feeling like I'm pressured because you aren't able to be by yourself, or you're not able to be without me for a period of time, or, you're just so hassling of me. You're smothering. Okay. It's like some of these relationships ain't even relationships. These relationships is smothering. They're smothering. So it's just like, some of these situations, it's a lot of trauma bonds. We're trauma bonded instead of actual real relationships. Last message is for the collective. True offering, okay, and awakening. So we've been talking about awakening all this time, all right? We've been talking about awakening all this time here. It says here, true offering takes what can be an unbearable cross and returns it to love. true offering. That goes hand in hand in regards to, like I said, true relationships, true partnerships with this love energy. It's like, is it really truly a relationship, or is it just a trauma bond? Are we just here because we're off a trauma bond here, or are we in a true relationship? Like, a lot of these relationships ain't even built off of trust. You can't even trust your own partner. Like, I don't want no relationship like that. Like, I don't want to be over here wondering what you got going on, what you doing, you know what I'm saying, if you lying or not. Like, I want a partner that is 100% with me, like 100%, and I'm 100% with them. Like, don't nobody got time for that mental turmoil. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit. I'm not dealing with it. Like, hell no. Absolutely not. If I can't trust you, there's no foundation there. And like I said, a lot of these relationships is built off of non-trust, because you don't even trust and you don't even want to trust, in a sense here, because you so used to, it's like relationship is just is what you feel like you should do, in a sense. And it's like, in whole time, why isn't the relationship with yourself what you should do? Like, we feel like we need to be in relationships with somebody else more than ourselves first. And it's like, why was that taught to us then, our relationship with ourselves? We will go be with somebody else and up under somebody else the whole time. You're supposed to be getting drawn to love yourself right now. Well, there's change here, okay? Change done came out quite a few times in a couple of different decks here, okay? So, heavy on change, heavy on energetic clearing, okay? So, it's like, whatever is clearing out, whatever is meant to be clearing out, whatever is trying to change the wheel, let it go ahead and go. Let it go. Let it change. Let it clear out energetically. Allow yourself to transform. Allow yourself to shed. What's the bottom of the deck here? Individuality. What was I just saying? You too worried about your identity with somebody else, and individuality comes out here. Okay? Thank you, Eric Marcus. Individuality here though, okay? So it's like, you know, this goes hand in hand with what I was talking about in regards to validation, okay? Like, you know, validating yourself also as well, you know, when it comes to having that external validation. Because, you know, when you think about certain relationships also as well, it's like some people ain't even feeling validated in certain situations that they're in, you know? Like, you'll have certain situations to where, for instance, you know, your man is liking all these other women's pictures, okay? And it's like, you know, he over here liking all these other women's pictures or whatever the case may be. And it's like, damn, he can't even give you a compliment. Like, so it's like, so now you're insecure. You're waiting for the validation of other people. You want to post on social media so that you can get that validation from somebody, because your man's not even giving it to you, in a sense, or you're not even giving it to yourself. You know, in a sense here. And that's what a lot of situations be going on, because it's like, you know, some people be wanting their person to see them, and it's like, the whole time they seeing, you know, certain situations going down on certain social media platforms, and it's like, you don't even see me, you don't even compliment me. You over here spending more time with that chick or looking more at her stuff than you looking at mine, in a sense here also as well. And that's some shit I ain't gonna deal with either. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit. Like, it just comes to a certain point here. It just comes to a certain point. Like, you shouldn't be, that's the problem with these relationships, is you shouldn't be hyping up. And this is what's so crazy also as well, because this is why there's these weird secret haters that I got, is because their man will be hyping me up more than they would be hyping their own girl up, because they're tired of the situation. You're comfortable in that situation. So it's like, you know, for instance, if your man's stalking me more than he's stalking on you, like there's a problem there. That you don't see that as a problem, like, and I would get this exactly, letting go. Like sometimes it's just like that relationship is not even meant for you if you over here watching me more, or you over here more attended to me than you're attending to your own woman. There's a problem there. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay? So it's like, you know, yeah. Like, I be damned if my man is over here drooling on some other woman and we're together and we living in the house together and all this other type of shit. Like, that shit is weird. Like, you shouldn't be doing any of that. I should be your number one fan, okay? Like, when we're with somebody, we should be each other's number one fan. That's kind of like keeping the door open type of energy. If you feel like you need to keep the door open in a commitment, you don't need to be in that commitment. You don't need to be in that relationship. If you feel like you need to keep the door open for everybody else, because the only door that should be open is the one to your actual relationship, the one that you decided to commit to be boyfriend and girlfriend, or in a wife and marriage with. That should be the person that you have the door open with. That door should be closed to everybody else. If you want your woman to have that door closed to everybody else but you should be closing that door also as well. One more. Yeah, delusion. Okay, because it's given delusional. It's given delusional. All right, letting go. So it's like that may not be the relationship for you. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Some of us just be in relationships just to be in relationship, just to say that we have a person. You know, just to say, oh, look at me. You know, I'm in a relationship. I'm keeping up with the Joneses type of energy. You know, that's delusion. Get up out of that. That's why you see a lot of people ain't even energetically aligned. We're not aligned. We're not compatible type of energy also as well. But it's like you keep trying to force it to make it compatible, but the whole time Spirit been showing you it's time to let go and release. Because you living in delusion. Oh yeah, we're happy. Oh yeah, we're together. Oh yeah, this is meant for us. We're meant to be. You're delusional. You're not meant to be with that person. You're not meant to be. You're not energetically aligned with that person. Let it go. It's a trauma bond. It's just because you don't want to be, exactly, divine love and intuition. Okay? Period. Divine love and intuition. So some of you need to pour back into yourself. Love yourself at this time and trust your intuition, because really what it is you just want love. So you're willing to accept love in other situations and accept what you have because it just kind of happened that way, or whatever the case may be, or you know you was dealing with that person, so we might as well just go ahead and make it, whatever the case may be, and it's like you didn't even get to know that person, and then now all of a sudden you stuck with this person, you done had a kid, or you stuck in a lease or whatever the case may be, and whole time you like, damn, I ain't really feeling that. I ain't really feeling the way this person is. I'm not really feeling the way they move. The way they think also as well. Like some of us in situations to where it's like we don't even think the same. And it's like it's not saying we gotta, it's not saying that opposites don't attract, you know what I'm saying? But it's like sometimes the way you view certain things may not be the way someone else views certain things, and it's going to continue to clash. It's going to continue to clash. Your person should kind of have the same kind of aspect of life of how you kind of have the same aspect of life in a sense. Like it don't gotta be like 100% the same, but it's like there gotta be something there to where it's like it energetically aligns in a sense. It kind of matches up in a sense. Like for instance, you somebody who likes polygamy in a sense here. So it's like, and you decide to get with somebody who only wants to be in a relationship with one person. It's not energetically aligned. You say, for instance, you are someone who likes to do situationships, but then you with somebody who wants a commitment. That's not energetically aligned. Go find you somebody who wants a situationship. Not coming into a situation with someone who wants a commitment. Now I get it. People be lying out here. So people will say, yeah, I'm cool with I'm cool with a situationship. No, you're not. You're lying to yourself. You don't want to tell the truth because you actually want that person. So you decide to go behind your morals or behind however you feel. For instance, that was me. That was me. Okay, like the dude kept telling me that he was trying to keep things in at a surface level type of situation, a situationship or whatever case may be, and then he would throw it in my face saying that we're friends now, and and I kept wanting a commitment, but it's like, but then he would play the role of giving me a commitment to where it's like, oh yeah, I want to be committed, da da da. It's like he kept playing the fucking role. It's like, which one do you want to be? Do you want the commitment or do you want to be a situationship? You don't even fucking know yourself. So it's like, so you can stay over there and I should be over here, because at the end of the day, I want commitment. I don't want to lower my standards and be waiting around, because I did for 8 years, waiting around for you to want a commitment. You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, then I done missed out on my blessings, because there was signs all the way. There was nothing but red flags. There was signs that was showing me the times that we was breaking up, the times that we was bumping heads, the times that I knew that I was supposed to completely let that go, the time that a baby came out of something, came out of the situation, but it wasn't my child. It was the situation that he was dealing with, and then I decided to continue to stay. Okay. But it's like, why do all that shit? So I had to learn my lesson with that, because I was literally, trying to make something work that wasn't meant to work. I didn't let go. I was being told to let go plenty of times, but I didn't, because I kept wanting to hold on, because I kept wanting to have, because there was, I love this person, like sometimes even if we do love somebody, we got to understand that we can love from a distance. We can love somebody, but it's like, do you really, are you really in love? Or are you just kind of deprived of love? Ask yourself that question. Like, am I really in love with you? Or am I deprived of love to where I feel like this is a delusion of love? Because I'm deprived of it. Because I haven't gave myself enough love. All right, let's get some confirmation so I can get up off of here. So I've been on here for a long time. All right, confirmations for this collective here. Unbalanced heart chakra. Okay, when your chakra is unbalanced. All right, so Spirit's saying me to pull up some information about an unbalanced heart chakra. Yeah, and on the bottom of here is genuine intentions. Okay. So this could be why, you may be going through certain situations to where the intentions aren't genuine, because your heart chakra is unbalanced. All right. So it says here, when the heart chakra is unbalanced, it affects how you give, receive, and trust love. When the heart chakra is unbalanced, it affects how you give, receive, and trust love, including self-love. It sits right between the physical lower chakras and the spiritual chakra. Okay, so our heart chakra, it sits between our throat chakra and our crown chakra and our third eye, and then it sits between also our lower chakras as well. So it's like, in order for you to get ascend here, okay, with your intuition more and your crown to be less cloudy, you have to open your heart up. You have to open yourself up to your manifestation. You have to open yourself up to seeing things on a broader scale here also as well. Okay, you can't see things from a broader scale if you are still stuck in that bitter energy, or you're still stuck in not opening your heart. So it says here, signs of a blocked or underactive heart chakra. You may feel guarded or closed off or emotionally numb. Okay, you may feel guarded, closed off, or emotionally numb when your heart chakra is blocked. You have a fear of intimacy or a fear of abandonment. Difficulty trusting others, holding on to grief and resentment or old heartbreak, feeling unworthy of love, loneliness when you feel surrounded by people. Okay, so it's like, when I was in a certain situation, I couldn't trust certain people. I still felt lonely in a sense here when I was around multiple people. So it's like, and it's like, and technically now I'm alone now, but it's like, I don't feel lonely now. Because why? Because I gave that heart back to myself. whatever it was that I was searching for out of them relationships, I gave it right back to myself. So like I said, love deprived. So some of you guys are in situations to where you're just in situationships, you're just in sneaky links, you're just in a relationship because you're love deprived, because you need to give that love back to yourself, because whole time you don't even trust those people. Whole time you're not even, you're guarded and you're closed off with that relationship. You won't even open yourself up to new ideas with that relationship. You won't even open yourself up to really fully committing in that relationship. So you'll keep it at a certain base level. You'll keep it at, oh, let's do the relationship shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's go travel. Let's go out to eat all the time. Let's be seen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the case may be, let's live with each other. Let's, blah, 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 blah. Let's do this. Let's have sex without a condom. Let's do this, whatever the case may be. But commitment, oh shit, I don't know about that. Because your heart's closed off. Because at the end of the day, you should want to have a commitment with that person. Because if you want to do all this shit with them, then it sounds like you want commitment. It sounds like you want relationship. But it sounds like you're just too closed off to the situation. It sounds like you're just dealing with the wrong people. In the body, you may have a tight chest, shallow breathing, upper or back shoulder tension also as well, okay? And low immune system. It says here, energetically, you protect your heart instead of allowing connection. So, when you protect your heart instead of allowing connection, like I said, you keep things very surface level. So it's like you're in control of it. It's like you control the situation, you control the narrative. So it's like if somebody wants to go deeper, nope, let's keep it right here. It's like someone's trying to penetrate that, go down a little bit deeper and dive a little bit deeper here. It's like, let's swim a little bit lower. Let's go see what's down here in this depths of things. Let's go see what's in the shadows. When you go further into water, okay, your eyesight or you can't really see certain things. It gets dark down there. There's no light down there. So it's like, so when you go down there, you got to be the light in a sense, because it's like you got to bring the light to the shadow depths of the water in a sense here. So it's like someone's like, nope, we ain't going down there, because down there, guess what? Down there, somebody made me feel some type of way. Down there, somebody cheated on me, and it's like, and I don't want to go back and look at that. But whole time, you still looking at it. Whole time, it's still harboring. You're still harboring that energy. Whole time. Okay? So it's like you allow things to be on the surface level here, in regards to that. You won't allow somebody to get so close to you so you feel like a bitch, or you feel soft, or whatever the case may be. Once somebody kind of start penetrating that heart a little bit, it's like, oh shit, nope, she's making me feel a little bit too soft. Now she got me opening doors for her. Now she got me doing, wanting to cook for her and everything like that. So now I'm about to run. She make me want to be a better man. Okay. It's like somebody is dealing with emotions to where it's like you want to be a better version of yourself. Now all of a sudden you want to start putting, the beanies and weenies away and start putting the vegetables and fruits up in your body and everything like that. Now all of a sudden you getting a matcha. Now all of a sudden you getting a green smoothie, and your homies is over here saying, oh, you soft. You being soft with that woman, whatever the case may be. And whole time you're just trying to do what's best for you, because you're trying to open your heart up. And it's like you've been around people that don't want you to open your heart up in a sense here. And it's like whole time you got somebody who wants you to better yourself. It says you love others but struggle to let love in. So it's like you'll be that person that's over here giving, overly loving people, allowing people to do you however they want to do you. And then the whole time you're like, yeah, but don't come too close. Don't come too close. Why are you kissing me every single day? Why do you want to give me a hug all the time? Why do you want to cuddle after we have sex? Why do you want to do this? Whatever the case may be, because you're too closed off. You don't want someone to love you. So it's like open yourself up, okay? Yeah, exactly. Signs of overactive heart chakra. You overgive, you people please, you self-abandon, you stay in unhealthy relationships. So it's like some of you, your heart chakra is open, but it's like it's too overactive to where it's like you do too much with your heart space to where you overgive. You self, you people please. Whatever case, that heart's too big. That's overactive is kind of like saying that your heart is way too big in a sense here. You wear your heart on your sleeve in a sense also as well. So it's like, because of the title, because of this is a relationship, I'ma stay. Because of it's a friendship, I'ma stay. Because it's a cousin, I'ma go ahead and allow them to do it because that's just their problems. Blah blah blah. That's where that boundary is. That's where you're lacking that boundary. You're having a fear of being alone. You attach too quickly. You put others before yourself. How many of y'all are putting other people before yourself? How many of you are lacking boundaries before yourself? How many of you know that you're tired and you're drained? How many of you know that you have certain things that you want to bring into fruition? How many of you know that you have certain financial goals that you want to reach, but you too busy giving your energy out over here to somebody else? We've been talking about this through this whole reading. Okay? It said what usually causes this is emotional trauma, breakups or betrayal, childhood wounds, rejection, loss, feeling unseen or unchosen, and a spiritual awakening that opens the heart before it stabilizes. So some of you are going to, because spiritual awakening came out here also as well. So it's like, so your heart is in a space to where you don't know what to do with it because right now it's about to stabilize because you're moving on to a certain situation to where you had to penetrate that heart, that openness had to come in. So you may feel overly emotional. So it's like that it had to open up in order for you to receive now. So it's like, so now it's like, keep your arms open. Okay, instead of closing it, keep your arms open to be able to receive in a sense here. All right. Now, it says how to rebalance your heart chakra. All right. So it says here, you can do affirmation work. All right. You can do affirmation work. You need to cry, journal, unsent letters here. Okay. Forgive yourself also as well. You can work with crystals, green crystals or rose quartz also as well here as well. Okay. But like I said, I will be doing some meditations here soon that I'll be offering to where we will focus on chakras. All right. So sacral chakra just came out. I'm not going to go too farther on sacral chakra today. But unbalanced sacral chakra also as well. That is pretty much surrounding your your sexual energy. Like I was talking about earlier of, giving too much of your sexual energy. That's that creativity also as well when it comes to sacral chakra. So creativity, fertility type of energy. Sexual energy also as well when it comes to unbalanced sacral. So in what spaces are you giving off too much of your energy to where you have a lack of creativity? No ideas is coming to mind. You feel a little bit stagnant and stuck. That's that sacral energy. All right, let's see 5 more cards here for the collective because I'm about to get up off of here. I need to go. Been on here for a while. Cold-hearted, betrayal, careless, and non-forgiving. All right. So someone here is cold-hearted, or you may be dealing with cold-hearted energy. We was just talking about heart chakra. So it's like you may be kind of, unforgiving. You don't forgive people very easily. You may be kind of stuck in the past of certain situations that happen. So you carry that along in your relationships. And just, in a sense to where there may be some betrayal here also as well. It's like hurt people. So it's like, or I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me, because the mentality and whole time that person might not be even wanting to hurt you. Okay. But it's like you in your mind, you're still stuck in the past of hurting people to where one little thing that doesn't necessarily go your way or is not portrayed at the way that you see it or deem it to fit. You want to hurt them before they hurt you because you already hurt and broken inside because your heart's not open. Hurt people. All right, 4 more. LGBT. All right, so someone could be really needing to actually embody themselves, okay, with this LGBT energy. You may be actually wanting to come out in a sense, but see, you hold too much of what everybody else will think. Someone may actually really want to be with a woman. Someone may actually really want to be with a man. And it's like, so you use it as a cover up to date other people because you're afraid of people calling you gay or whatever the case may be. Embrace yourself now at this time. Okay? Like, I'll be honest, like, I'm into women, but it's like I'm not really into women to where I would date a woman in a sense. But like, I'm very attracted to women. But it's like, I would keep that inside to myself because I remember the time when I was in high school and I had So this is funny, okay? This is a story. So in high school, I used to go to my dad's house. I used to walk to my dad's house, okay, after school. So my dad wouldn't get back home until like, 2 or so hours, 3 hours after that. So, I was on his computer and I was on lesbian porn. So I was looking up lesbian porn at that time, okay? So I didn't know that my dad had like certain parental prescriptions or whatever parental rules or whatever the case may be on his what's the name? She said me too. So he ended up telling my mom or whatever the case may be about me watching like lesbian porn. And so, my mom was like, she ended up going off or whatever the case may be. She was like, you're gay, you're da-da-da, you like women and da-da-da. Like, it was a whole like judgment zone type of situation. Then she get to saying something about, what if you're changing diapers? And I'm like, whoa, you're going too far. Like, you're going too far with this. So it's like, so in my mind that whole time, I was like, okay, something's wrong with me. I like girls, whatever the case may be, da-da-da-da. So it's like, that's why I've always kind of kept it to myself in regards to kind of being interested or being attracted to women. But it's like, that's my truth. Like, I actually am really attracted to women. But it's like, dating a woman, I wouldn't necessarily go as far as dating a woman. But, I'm attracted to women. That's just kind of what it is. Like, and I have not been able to let go of that attraction. That's just what it is. I'm like, God damn. Like, we sometimes us women ain't no better than men, to where it's like you see a little fatty walk past, it's like, girl, or your titties is showing, you got some cleavage, like, girl, okay, shit. What's going on here? Let me see a little bit more. But yeah. Same, I feel like I find attractive, but I wouldn't date them seriously. Yes. My family always thought I'd be LGBT for real because I find them attractive, but I wouldn't date. Yeah. I feel like a lot of women are low-key gay in a sense too also as well. Like, it's just kind of what it is. But yeah, but someone may need to actually embrace who they are, okay, as well, okay? You like men or you like women and you want to date them, do it, okay? Don't let nobody else feel some type of way about, you actually wanting to do what you do, because you may not be happy. I was just talking about relationships, not being happy in certain relationships, and it's just like, because you have a relationship to show that I'm in a marriage or I'm in a commitment or whatever the case may be. Be yourself. It's 2026, and if you somebody who continues to talk about people that are in same-sex marriages or whatever the case may be, fuck you, okay? Because it's 2026 and people been gay since since we done came out of, had life and vegetation on earth, okay? People been gay. They gonna continue to be gay and they ain't gonna give a fuck about being gay. So fuck you, all right? Anyways, 3 more. Midnight ballerina, all right? Someone could be a midnight ballerina here also as well. Okay, someone may need to save your money also as well. Okay, someone may need to save your money. Someone may need to let go of this midnight ballerina situation here. Okay, it may not be the right environment for you at this time. Okay, so this may be why you may need to save your money up, from the money that you are getting, so that you can get out of this energy. Okay, so you can get out of this energy of being, around that environment. All right, that one friend that has so much to say about bitches and hoes is a toxic friend, okay? The truth will set you free. All right, so that one friend that has so much to say about bitches and hoes is a toxic friend. The truth will set you free. So what I'm picking up on this energy here is someone's around certain people. I was just talking about changing your circle today, okay? So someone needs to change their circle around certain people that have so much to say about either women or men. Because at the end of the day, you're only attracting those people because you continue to keep yourself around those people that attract those people. And you keep attracting people because you have a lower vibrational mindset surrounding love or surrounding relationships or surrounding people in general. There is good people out here. There is a lot of good people out here. That may want to be your affirmation in a sense also as well, to where you tell yourself that, there is people that are on my same vibration in a sense, or there is people that is going to love me the way I love also as well. When you're a people pleaser, we run into a lot of people that are beggars. That's just what it is. So it's like when you're, you want people that want to give you the same equal give and take. I want somebody somebody that pour into me the same way I pour into them. Okay? You know, especially for you men out there. You men, you know, dealing with certain women that want to take. I want it all about the money. I want it all about this. I want this and this and that. It's all about me. Happy wife, happy life. No, it's actually happy home, happy life. Okay? Happy home, happy life. Like, it's not just about the wife. When we get in marriages and commitments, it's about two people. You no wonder why these men be running themselves to dirt. Okay. Also, black men are the most highest suicide rate. Okay. Also as well. So, you know, pay attention to that. You know, it's like, it's not always about the woman in the relationship. You know, and us women, y'all have to check yourselves also as well. It's not always about you. You know, sometimes you need to take some, it's not always about you. Sometimes you need to take some time to just allow that man to integrate himself, you know, really, because, you know, they don't speak on that mental health shit too much with them, you know, and y'all need to start opening yourselves up for you men to the women that you're meant to open up to. If you got a woman that's like, oh, you a bitch or you crying or whatever case may be, especially that bitch word, okay? That's disrespectful. When it comes to a woman calling a man a bitch, that's disrespectful. You don't need to be with that chick. Okay, because that's disrespectful on all levels. You don't need to be calling no man no bitch. Okay, that's just point blank and period. It's just disrespectful. It's just, it does a little bit something to the man. It's something that you just don't need to be doing. Okay, it's not going to align right. Okay, so it's like, you know. And then if you think that a man's, you know, pussy for crying or whatever case may be, or just a little bit sensitive, you got a woman that tells you, oh, you're sensitive, blah, blah, blah. No wonder why he's not going to open himself up to you. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. You want him to pour into you, into your emotions, but it's like, but then you don't want him to be sensitive. But then when he's sensitive, now there's a problem. You know, when he has problems and issues, now you're the problem. Like, it just make sense. You're supposed to be the divine feminine. You're supposed to nurture in a sense here. And if you're not nurturing the situation, if you're not nourishing the situation, then you have an unhappy household. You have an unbalanced home. There's a reason why everybody cries. Everyone's meant to cry because it releases energy. Okay? So a lot of you men who are not releasing your energy to you feel as if a man doesn't cry, you're not in a real man energy. You're still stuck in that old tampered version, this delusional version of a man that your parents done taught you, that your grandfather taught you, that your uncle that taught you. That's why you're still struggling with mental health. So it's like you need to tap into your mental health for the men that I'm talking to right now. Tap into your mental health, because that's what's going to push you forward in a sense here to where you're not feeling so burdened. Because you're too burdened because you're not releasing certain things that you're dealing with on a mental level, and everybody don't understand you. And then you go back to them same old men that you know that you could, those homies and those friends or whatever the case may be, and they just pushing a drink in front of you. Oh, let's just go get a shot. Let's just go get a beer. You know what I'm saying? I get you. I understand, bro. You know, hoes ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Whole time you could be having somebody who's actually healthy telling you that shit. You know, you probably want to deal with that. You probably dealing with some demons that you done been fighting for I don't know how many years, and you've been getting the wrong advisement. Okay? The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. All right, y'all. Finally about to die. All right, so happy Tuesday. Have a good rest of the week. I'll probably be back on here tomorrow. I tell him I'm here for him when he needs. He doesn't really do all that talking stuff. Yeah, a lot of men feel like they need to kind of just figure it out themselves, and little do y'all know that that's another reason why a lot of you men are meant to have a certain particular woman by your side, is because you're not meant to do it alone either. Okay? Yeah, exactly. All this fire, all these flames going up here, all them energy that you dealing with inside, that anger and that pain that you ain't been releasing, that you don't want to talk about, at least go get a therapist. At least go get a therapist to where you can go talk to that person about some things. You ain't even got to tell nobody that you going to a therapist. Let go of shame. I feel like y'all too much of, in this shame and guilty energy to where you don't want nobody to see that you ain't no macho man in a sense here. You can hold it strong and everything like that. And whole time you breaking down inside. Whole time you want to fucking cry. Whole time you need to fucking cry. Whole time you need to release energy also as well. Okay? It says here, as you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so I won't anchor you down. So, that's that chain. That's in a chain sense. When you're anchoring to this past energy, it's like you're putting a chain, to the past. And it's like when you keep on trying to step forward and you keep on trying to move, it's like you feel like you don't have any movement, because it's like that chain that you put down, that you anchored, is holding on to you, because you need to unlock that key. You need to unlock that anchor. All right. Taurus, Gemini. All right. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. For a second, I thought that was my phone dying. You funny, Megan. You funny. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all, especially the ones that be in here commenting a lot, sharing my posts, liking my posts. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be in here tuned in. All right. We be in here kicking shit. I like y'all. All right. I'm starting to like the people that I'm attracting nowadays. Like, we starting to flow into the people that's meant to be here. So, you're welcome. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Let me cleanse this energy. I release the collective's energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. I command back all of my energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light. Ashe. Let me go ahead and cleanse y'all off real quick. Let's go ahead and cleanse y'all off. If you allow it, you don't have to allow it. You can leave now, but I'm going to go ahead and cleanse off the energy if you allow the cleanse. That was a lot to take in, okay? Don't be overwhelmed by it. Also, as well, take things one step at a time, all right? One step at a time. It can be overwhelming of, shifting and changing, but, allow it to just go ahead and flow its way out, and the things that's meant to flow in, all right? Gratitude, most divine angels, ancestors, spirit guides, my highest life, for cleansing and purifying the energy off the collective at this time. Release any burdens, any shame that some of these people may be feeling, the collective may be feeling, any guilt also as well of holding on and harboring onto the past. Allow them to open their heart space up, to open themselves up to new identity shifts, new energy, ashe. Allow them to be able to embrace it with love. Gratitude for cleansing and purifying the energy, ashe. Everybody taking some deep breaths here also as well. Relax your energy, release what you can't control. As you take those deep breaths, feel yourself getting lighter and lighter. Feel yourself releasing the energy that is not serving you. Whatever it is that feels like it's weighing you down, feel light as a feather. Feel yourself lifting yourself off the ground. See yourself lifting yourself off the ground. Gratitude, Spirit, for releasing the energy, Ashe. I command back all of my energy cleansed and purified and amplified to my highest light, Ashe. You're welcome, Soul to Chill. Alright, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Peace and love. I hope you guys feel a little bit lighter now. Yeah, like I said, release anything that is not meant to be at this time so that you can lighten the load, okay? Lighten the load. You're welcome. All right, I need to get myself in the shower and get myself together. So peace and love, y'all. Much love. Bye.